Hello, hello, everyone. Let me pull up the chat real quick. All right. We are. Oh, gotta mute this tab. All right, but yes, we are live. Hello. Welcome to the stream, all Harrowing the Birds viewers. I apologize for the delays on behalf of Heidi. There were a few technical issues with the co-commentator I was going to have with me dropping out at the last minute. So, gonna be piloting the ship by myself. My name's Evan Chester. I am first time commentating, first time producing a live coverage, but I am traditionally an NWL player rather than CSW, and I will be providing commentary for you today on Heidi's games. So definitely excited to have this opportunity. Very grateful to have this opportunity from Heidi, and yeah, I'm very excited to get to watch these games and get to walk everyone through the positions. So Heidi's first opponent in this tournament is Mike Downey. I believe Mike is a somewhat newer player, but he's been improving pretty decently fast, so I'm sure that this will be a solid, well-matched game. Hi, Liz team. Welcome to the stream. Really enjoyed the last one you did. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. So yeah, Mike's to go first in this game. So, and we won't have Mike, or Heidi's opponents in general. We won't have their racks or their camera throughout the stream, but make do with what we have. As far as Heidi's opening rack is concerned, she has a rack of CDHINTU. Just did this. Okay. Board orientation correct? I believe. Okay. So interesting opening play here from Mike. We have. He's gonna play sand for just 10 points. That is certainly interesting. So generally the S is a very valuable tile, and for him to play an S off for only one sec, let me okay, so let me flip this real quick. Let me flip the board. Apologize. The orientation is wrong. Gotta get stuff set up. But yeah, Heidi very quickly making her top equity play in this position of Dutch. It's a very nice find. It's going to score 26 out of this rack, which is pretty solid. That's about as high a score as she can get. Gets rid of the U, and it keeps a decent IN leave. So, good start for Heidi. There we go. Okay. And I just need to flip this element again over here. Alright, sounds good. There we go. I apologize for a few technical issues. I am piloting this stream on my own for the first time, so please bear with me. So, oh my god. Oh, that draw from Heidi is, that is, to her IN leave, she has drawn 3 I's, an an A and a Y. That is really, really bad. What a terrible draw. Although, believe it or not, there are plays worth making here. Shockingly, she's able to, if the triple lane over here is unobstructed, she will be able to play I-Yin for 30 points, keeping the immaculate 3-I leave. That will not stay open, with Mike playing Tax for 38. So, yeah, now with this rack, now that triple lane has been used up, it's going to be a lot harder for Heidi to get any sort of value out of this rack. She's going to play tie-in for 16, leaving AII. It is a solid choice. She could have overlapped Sand on top with the word Inia for 21 up here. Still would have kept a poor leave of IIY, but it is still a decent option for her. Tie-in is her next best play. Oh my gosh. Wow. 4 more vowels. That's brutal. That's a brutal way to start off the stream. Funny to find you casting here, Evan. Yeah, what's up, Tactic? It's nice to see you again. I am here to, yeah, it's my first commentary opportunity, and I'm very glad to be able to help out a streamer like Heidi, who has really put a lot of effort into getting these streams set up for you guys to watch at home. So as far as what you're supposed to do with this sort of rack, I mean, it's rough. I don't see any sort of solid play available that is going to, you know, you can't really play to the double letter words through that N, and you're not going to be able to score many points anyways. You could consider playing Oidia here. This will dump 4 of your vowels, 2 of your I's, as Mike lays down cop for 32. Oh, board didn't spin yet. And yeah, Heidi is reasonably going to trade 5. And I think that is a very understandable decision with this sort of rack. I think Oidia, as well as the Collins-only Idoi, might have been a little bit better, but exchanging is completely reasonable here. Fully understand this decision. Just get a fresh start. And why are you drawing more vowels, Heidi? Oh, that is brutal. Oh man. You hate to see that. You have 7 vowels, you throw 5 of them back into the bag, and then you draw 5 more out of the bag as you get, and then you get hammered down below. Mike making the play of fast for 68, hooking Kof. We do have a challenge here, which is definitely reasonable. Okay. How do I input a challenge into Quackle? I actually do not know how to input a challenge into Quackle with a 5-point challenge rule. That is going to be an issue. If anybody has any assistance for that, I would greatly appreciate that. Because I generally play the North American lexicon, I am mostly familiar with double challenge. Click the +5 at the upper right before you commit it. Oh, I see, I see. Thank you very much, Tactic. I appreciate that. Alright, so, yeah, the extra 5 puts Mike at 153 to Heidi's 42. And, yeah, she's got the same vowel issues as last turn. But because she has the F on her rack, she'll be able to score a little bit better on this turn. She could play oaf, overlapping tax for 23. She can also score that same amount, 23, by overlapping the KI and the ON over here with a word like fiad or feed. She's going to opt for fop instead. This is going to score 28. So this does get her 5 more points compared to these other options that play off an extra vowel. But yeah, this hey E leave is certainly not what you want to be keeping. But yeah, I don't think you can exchange there a second time when you have the F to be able to score with. Mike is going to play Milty very quickly as Heidi draws a 4th E. So, again, very limited options for Heidi on this turn. It's going to be tough to do too much. And she's going to exchange down to AEN, which, again, there you could score 16 points through the M with a word of, like, mean or enema. But, again, you're at a very steep deficit at this point. It makes a lot of sense to try and gun as hard as you can for a bingo. And while the 16 points are nice, you're not going to be keeping as bingo prone of a leave relative to exchanging. So I definitely understand the need to try and go for a bingo as hard as you can. That certainly looks a lot more promising of a rack. I'm not sure if there's a bingo available. I don't see it immediately. Oh, okay. There is a one bingo available here. I will leave it as a puzzle for now, though. There's one bingo available in this position for Heidi. We'll see if anyone in the chat can spot this one. Is the board not? No. Hold up. There we go. Alright. So, yes, Heidi's just shuffling her tiles around right now. I saw that she had reinvade lined up with an R. Oh, and that play... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, that play of beat from Mike would have blocked the only bingo in this position for Heidi. I'll go ahead and say it. It is the 9-letter E vanished through SH, which is still going to get blocked by a bet. That is unfortunate. But yep, Mike, let's play of a bet for 14. And yeah, now I don't believe Heidi is going to have a bingo here. Yeah. So her best lines at this point are going to be to try and just score with the V, right? you'd like to keep as good of a bingo leave as you can after this turn for your next turn, but you do have a lot of points to make up on the scoreboard. So the goal here should definitely be to score at least 30 points, and you can do that pretty easily in this L1 spot right here by placing the V on this double letter square. You're gonna definitely be able to score at least 30 and keep a solid leave. A play like Vide, Vade, Valle. These are some available moves that score in the 30s, keep a solid leave. Another option could be Vined, V-I-N-E-D, keeping AE. I don't know if that's what she has lined up on her rack. It is the highest scoring play she can make of 37. Hopefully she isn't too traumatized by all of those A's and E's she was drawing earlier to avoid this play, but she's going to go with Bind. I think this is a really solid choice. It continues to open the board. Oh, maybe just Vine? Okay, she's going to leave off the D, which is fair. I mean, it is 7 points, and she also could have played the D instead of the N, but the ED suffix works well for bingoing, so very understandable adjustment from Heidi. And Mike's going to play babies almost immediately. 39. As Heidi pulls some duplicates. Adeorr. That's kind of clunky. Oh. There is a bingo here. It is a Collins-only word. It's not a word I was familiar with. And this is a pretty crucial find for Heidi. She can spot her one bingo of arrow dart down to this T. It does kind of go off camera though. So it would put the A in that triple lane up there, but this word of arrow dart is significantly better than Heidi's next best option. This is not a word I knew playing the North American lexicon. This is a CSW only word, but oh yes, sorry. Yeah, vanish does take a front E. I know that word because it starts with Evan. But no, you got to open the board with Vine. I think Maven is, yeah, it's true. Maven was also available, but it would have scored a lot less. Oh, she's got it lined up. She sees it. Nice. Great find, Heidi. Very well done. This is her only bingo. It's by far her best play, and she's now has a much better shot at getting back in this game. So, really great find from Heidi. Looks like she might be on hold because she's yet to draw her tiles. Oh, the clock is stopped. So we are getting a challenge on this. And it is going to come back good. So Heidi gets that nickel back from the challenge on fast, and we are back at an even game. Not an even game, sorry. Even on the challenges, but yeah, and look at this board. It's so volatile. Now there are multiple triple lines open. You know, you can play through that V, through that A. Both blanks are unseen. So this is exactly the type of board you want if you're Heidi in this position and you're down by 60 points and it's your opponent's turn. So really great find. Interesting draw. A lot of consonants, but that J and that Z, they're going to allow her to score really well on these next few turns as she gears her rack to a bingo. So there are options here for sure. First, you're going to look to see if you have something on the triple lane that makes an overlap. Both the Z and the J can go on this square right here. The problem is that Heidi doesn't have a lot of vowels to work with. he does have Jet lined up, and Jet will play nicely in this spot, making JO. So that would be a solid way to get some value out of that sort of spot on the board. Oh, he could actually, yeah, instead of that, he actually does have just ZE up here. I had a little bit of blindness to that as an NWL player, where but neither EE or ZE are valid words, but just playing Zay up at the top is going to score 68 points, which is pretty massive. That's basically equivalent to a bingo score. I mean, you don't like keeping this 5 consonant leave, but since you have the Z, you know that you're still going to be able to score decently on your next turn at the very least. Hello, Yasmin, not Jasmine, and K Mills. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Saw Zay right away. Yeah. It is unlikely that spot stays open, but Heidi is not going to get hit hard. Aero is a honestly fine situation to see come down. To only have Mike score 19 with that massive hotspot. If you're Heidi, that is totally fine by you, because you still have a lot of scoring power on your rack. That does block her previously best plays, but she still has some options available. She could just drop the J and the Z with a play like Jizz through here. But if I'm in this position, rather than use all of my scoring power at the same time, I would like to use them in separate scoring turns. And there are definitely ways for Heidi to do that. Zone through the OE, making Zoes, scores 50 with the Z, but it does keep pretty clunky leave of GJLNT. It's a little bit hard to work with. Instead, the standout play in this position is not a word I was familiar with. It is Jinglet through this I. This is going to score 48 and keep just the Z, which is just a fantastic play. Gets rid of all of those clunky consonants. You're going to have a fresh rack next turn, and it scores only only 2 less points than Zone and Zoes. So I would love to see Jinglet come down if that is a word that Heidi knows. I did not know this word before I saw it on Quackle. It is a Collins only word, so certainly not the easiest find. And Heidi is instead going to go with Zone. And again, makes complete sense. If you see that 50-point option, definitely makes a lot of sense to go for it. There was a little bit of a better play, but still, Zone is going to do a lot of good work for her to get her out of this deficit. She's only down 27 points now, which was a lot worse. It was a lot worse before this past 2-turn sequence where she got that big Z play and got the bingo down. So she's doing a really good job to work herself out of that massive deficit she was in after Mike's giant play of Fast. And she draws the blank. This does come with the issue of not having any vowels, but she's still going to have options on this turn. And having that blank is, you just love to see it at this point in the game. It's going to give her the ammunition she really needs to get back in this game. So as far as what she should do, that Eye of Vine really stands out as the place to play. It's the only vowel to play through that gives you an opportunity to hit a bonus square. Mike's going to bingo with Gloater, which is going to score 66 and not offer much back to Heidi in terms of scoring potential. So yeah, with this rack, if she wants to retain the blank, she can make a play through the eye, like Jilt or Jin. Just something to play off the tile, some extra tiles. These plays also open up the triple lane in a way that you're going to want to do at a deficit when you need to make these sort of aggressive openings. So I think those plays have a lot of merit. You could burn the blank here for joint through the I in Vine, but it totally makes sense why you'd want to retain the blank here. You know, you're setting up the jilt hook on this turn. I think this is a very sensible move from Heidi. You want to have that blank in your pocket to bingo with, and if you can pull into an ING bingo, especially, you know, there's enough space on this board for those bingos to fit still. So I think this is a decent game plan from Heidi, and we'll see what she draws. If she can pull into a bingo, it's certainly going to be close. That E, love to see it. Third N and an S. Yeah, those 3 N's are going to make it really tough to bingo. But she now has the last S and one of the only 2 blanks. So with this being the case S, she, you know, unless Mike uses the blank to play with jilts, this line right here is solely available to Heidi. So yeah, we'll see if Mike makes some sort of defensive play on the side to sort of obstruct this new opening. I think you can reasonably assume after a play like Jilt that Heidi either has the S or maybe the blank, or she just has no vowels, maybe. But yeah, he is going to close off that area with EW up top. So definitely a sensible play from his perspective to just close off that portion of the board. Could have scored more with we alongside Gloater, but that's, you know, just right here, but that still opens up the triple lane to use afterwards. So makes sense from a defensive perspective. But yeah, what do you do now if you're Heidi? With those 3 N's, it's just so inflexible. 2 N's is already very inflexible, with the exception of ing words, but having 3 is just not great. I mean, are you supposed to just play off 2 N's with just Nan for 12 under here, making Shan and En? You hate to be doing that at the scoreline, but it might be forced here. Could tack on the E as well. This is not, both Shan and Nane are CSW only words, but yeah, I mean, those plays just feel so bad at this scoreline. Considering you're down nearly 100 and you're gonna score 12, you can't be happy about that. But these ends are so bad, and there's enough clunk in this pool to where Mike might be struggling right now with his tiles. EW doesn't say much about what he has, but there's still Q, V, W, 3 U's unseen. G, 4 I's, 3 O's. The tiles unseen are not that friendly. But I think if you're Heidi in this position, as sad as it looks, Nan is probably correct, because you're going to need a bingo and then some in order to catch back up. And the best way to get a bingo down on this sort of board is to just get rid of some of those ends. I mean, there's not really a way to do that in a way that opens more space. I'm looking at some of these other options, and there's really not a way to open up this middle of the board in a way that's conducive to bingoing. It's pretty hard to access this part of the board. And there's not really any way to set up like a 7s line, for example, up in this sort of section of the board. So it's certainly tough. And I expect her to use a good amount of clock here, because you just need to try and find what is your best path to winning. But it's looking dire for sure. Yeah, you just... was just not what the draw you wanted to see. If she was able to get a bingo down in this position, it would certainly be close as to who would win this game, you know? Not a guarantee. She's going to play Gan. That is also quite fair. If you don't know Shan, which is not a normal word, Shag, it's a little bit more intuitive. The duplicate ends might make her a little bit less likely to bingo relative to having the G instead, but the G is not a great tile either, so... And she's going to draw EI. That should connect. That should be able to hit a bingo. So, yep. I'm not sure what she has. Yep, engines. She has lined up on her rack. Does that play anywhere? I'm not sure, but she's definitely going to have options. You're going to first want to look to see if you can play from this S here over to the triple here. And she has one word that plays there. This is not a word I've ever seen before. It is a Collins-only word of Sneation. S-N-E-E-E. Forgive my awful handwriting. S-H-I-N. It's a very weird word. Definitely not an easy find. She's looks to have Nerines set up on her rack. That will play alongside Gloater for 72. So that's certainly an option that she has. Her highest option is actually a very cool bingo with... makes 6 overlaps with Gloater. Her highest scoring option of Indians... wait, hold up. Oh, really? Man. Just can't get a break. Mike is going to play... Is he playing Nerines himself? Wow. I could not really catch that. Hold up. I did not catch what the blank is. I assume it's Nerines, though. But yeah, Heidi's still going to be able to play a bingo here. That is honestly kind of insane that they have the same rack, though. Could this be anything else? No, Mike's going to bingo for 68 and then get the +5 for the challenge. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. I completely read this wrong. Heidi played Narians. Mike played Kin, and I did not see that. Okay. Hold up. I need to do some fixing here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, yeah. Heidi plays Narians for 68. She could have scored a bit more by playing it on the other side, but did get the nickel as well. So, yeah, now in this position... Okay, this is certainly not looking good in terms of her draw, because yikes. But she's only down 14 now. So, yeah, that break of Mike having the Q without any of the 3 unseen U's, followed by Heidi getting her bingo down. I mean, this is going to be close. This is certainly going to be close. There's still a blank unseen, but this pool is not looking great. If you see, this is the unseen... Oh. Why is it displaying that? I don't know why the unseen pool is displaying incorrectly. Yeah, that's not right. I'm not sure what's going on with the unseen pool, but okay. So Mike's gonna play mover over here for 43. That's a big score there. It's gonna be tough for Heidi to overcome that with such clunky tiles. I mean, do you just play Iwi alongside Gloater right here? Oh. Yeah, is the play just Iwi over here? It's gonna score pretty much as well as he can. I mean, you can't keep a good lead with this rack. So, yeah, I mean, Iwi is the equity play by a lot, especially compared to a word like OW in that same spot. It's going to be really tough at this point. You know, you're not setting yourself up for anything after Iwi. If I can get the unseen pool saved. Yeah, I don't know why the unseen pool is not cooperating. Oh, it's just because it includes the tiles on Heidi's rack. But the unseen pool, there's one there's one in the bag. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't think there's really any winning prospects for Heidi in this position. With only one in the bag, there's just not enough time for her to clean up the rack properly. So she goes to play Ow, takes it back. Hopefully she'll be able to spot Iwi, which is certainly a little bit better. She's going to play Wind instead. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't open up the triple lane, but you're scoring so much less. And the G is certainly better for balance. Yeah, I would have definitely preferred to see Iwi come down here, but Heidi's going to go ahead and play Wind, and we will see what the last tile in the bag is. Is the C. Okay. So Mike's got a rack of ELPRUU blank. You can see 17 letter word of Perlu here, but there's no bingo room on this board. I'm not exactly sure what his best endgame play will be. It's not easy to use the U's up on this board, for sure. Yeah, having those duplicate U's at this point is certainly going to set him back a bit, but he's got enough of a lead at this point to where he'll be able to hold on almost certainly, especially with the blank. So he's going to go ahead and play Rep for 27. It's one of his higher scoring plays. And yeah. So I think the best that Heidi can do here is probably... Oh, he's going to challenge Winger, looks like. I would assume that was what got the +5. Okay. And then, yeah, the best that Heidi is able to do on this turn, really, is just coup, making Orc. And it looks like he's spotted that immediately. Very, very well done of her to spot her best endgame move. This is, yeah, I don't know if she's going to go out with IU, but she is going to actually get another turn. Mike does not have an outplay in this position. So, funnily enough, his best endgame play seems to be playing Ulu, which now fits in this spot right over here with some overlaps for 11, saving his blank as the last tile on his rack. This previously did not play. UD is not a word, but Udo does work. But yeah, he's going to play Sulu's instead, which is the other previous dump for Ulu. And yeah, Heidi's going to go out with Tui, catch Mike with his blank, and this game is going to end in a 430 to 388 win for Mike. So, yeah, I mean, Heidi definitely gave herself some decent chances to get back into this game. That find of Arrow Dart, we are very happy to see that. Very glad to see that. And play of Zone. I mean, the Arrow Dart Zone sequence put her right back into the game, but Mike just had flexible enough racks throughout the rest of the game to where his few high-scoring plays, such as Gloater and Mover, were enough to keep his lead going. If only a blank at the end had a 20-point penalty. Yeah, and right? It's like you shouldn't be allowed to get caught with a blank, but no, it was actually Mike's best play would have in fact left him with just the blank. So we don't have any sort of overhead mic, so we can't cut to the post-mortem to see what the players are discussing, but yeah, there were just some really brutal draws for Heidi, especially in that early game, where it's just vowels on top of vowels on top of vowels. And there were some adjustments she could have potentially made, but is she getting on Zoom to talk to me? I don't think so. The Zoom meeting actually ended due to idleness, so I don't have that ability. Pretty happy where she ended up from the start. Yeah, no. The start of this game was certainly not the way you'd want it to pan out, but it's she did a good job of fighting her way back to get herself out of that deficit. Think you've seen a game with 2 unplayed blanks at the end? Yeah, I mean, 2 unplayed blanks is certainly not something you would see very often. Let me just see if I can move things around. Give me 1 sec. No, I don't have a better view of that. Okay. Just move that back. Yeah, oh, you can link to 164-bit Scrabble. Gotcha. Welcome to the stream, though. Oh, the link got censored. Yeah, I can't hear Heidi. I don't know if... Let me rejoin this Zoom meeting, actually. I don't know if she's in the meeting at this point. Can you hear me? No, we can't. Hello, Heidi. Hi, I'm sorry. The Zoom call ended because it went idle. So.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it goes idle after 40 minutes of no activity. So it
But aren't you on
disconnected
it?
me. But I hear you now. I don't know if the stream can hear you. We'll have to just wait for some feedback there. But I think they should be able
That's
to hear you.
that's so weird though. Like what? Like you're on the call, right?
Yeah, but I was there by myself. And they can hear you now.
Oh, because nobody else.
Yeah, no one else is here.
Matthew, come and do commentary. Come and help, please.
Oh, yes. I would certainly appreciate that. No big
How's
deal,
it
though.
going? How's it going? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's going well. The stream's been running smoothly.
Awesome.
It is a little bit to keep with
It's
the
it's
board
a lot,
flipping,
yeah.
but I've been able to hold up
Definitely.
well. I think I've been doing all right for myself. But
Give Evan some love.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a tough one, eh?
Yeah,
Holy
there
crap.
were some really rough draws there. I mean, in the position where you had 7 vowels, you throw back 6 and you draw 5. That's
Yeah.
just so brutal.
Yeah.
But you did a really good job at trying clawing your way out of that hole. I mean, Arrow Dart was a really great find. You know, it was your
Yeah.
only bingo there.
Yeah, it was, eh?
It was your only bingo, yeah. Zone was a
Yeah.
nice play. There was a one better option there. It was a standout play. Do you know the word jinglet?
Jinglet. I wondered if that was good, but no, I've
It
never seen it before.
it
I
is
definitely
good,
saw.
and yeah, it would have scored 48, keeping the Z. So
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
that would have been a
Yeah.
really great option. But
Yeah. But I
zone
can't afford
still,
to
yeah. I mean, you were still at
phony there, so yeah.
yeah. No, I mean the 50 points put you only down like 14 or like 27
Yeah.
until Mike bingoed immediately afterwards. But
Yeah. That was
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, it was rough, rough.
yeah. But no, I mean,
Um,
considering how rough some of those early draws were, I think you did a very solid job at
I
getting
did
yourself back
actually
in it.
mean to play FAP here and not FOP with all those A's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
B's, but
FAP would have been a little bit
whatever.
better.
I knew I was probably going to be exchanging next turn anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So, I mean, it's just when you have that many vowels, it's a bit tough. I mean, you could have played off an extra vowel with oath above tax, but
oh, oh yeah.
yeah, so I would
What
have gotten rid of
about
an extra vowel for
is FON good? I can never
fawn. Yeah,
remember.
fawn's good.
Yeah, okay, I thought so, and I was gonna play it this way. It doesn't matter either way, but
Yeah, you get more points with
yeah,
the P, I think.
one more point or
Yeah.
something, yeah. Um, so yeah, is Matthew in the chat?
He is. Yeah.
Matthew, why don't you come and help? Don't make Evan do everything by himself.
Yeah. Yeah, Wander 15 in the chat. Yeah, it was a decent comeback. He was down a lot after fast down there. That was a massive play from Mike, but
Yeah, that was crazy.
I know, yeah. I saw Cop. I didn't have time to really mention the H hook, but then he threw that down immediately, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that's gonna
yeah,
be a really big hole to get yourself out of.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I would have been in it if my last draw hadn't been what it is,
your
what it
last
was.
draw was pretty bad. Yeah, I would have liked to see Iwi come down, paralleling
Ew.
Gloater. That would have
Uh,
scored 31.
oh shoot.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
oh,
saw it.
okay. I didn't think of Iwi, and then I was like just worried because he has the blank and whatever, and he's just gonna score a bunch of points. So it's
Yeah,
just like, what's better, me scoring more or giving up a whole bunch of points?
you're
Like,
not
I don't
giving up that many points though. It's a really hard fit, actually. I mean, because there's only
well, because I didn't see Iwi, so I
yeah,
was thinking of just like,
that's fair. Yeah, but just
oh,
OW there
yeah, that would
isn't
have
great.
been a lot more easy to parallel, right?
Yeah, no, Iwi makes it harder. You know, the L is the only
Iwi
thing
would
that
have
can
been,
play
yeah, would have
after
been sweet there.
AI. So yeah,
Yeah.
but I think just based on that, how poor that draw was, you weren't gonna be able to claw out of that hole, especially after Mover comes down. That just scored so
Yeah.
many points. It was just
Yeah.
a knockout blow.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to play his blank, so yeah.
Yeah, right. It's rare that you see the blank at the end as the last tile, but
Yeah. Thanks, Big Bad Dirty Dog. Thanks everybody for being here, whoever's here.
yeah,
Good to see you all. And then hopefully we'll have a better game for you. Actually, this
yeah.
was a pretty good game. Like
It
it's
was.
just
You did a good job at coming back. Yeah, considering how dire your position looked at a point, I think you did a good job at coming back.
a
So
couple of misses there. I wondered about Noreen's. Was there a better option there?
so there are some better options. Yes,
Yeah.
the highest scoring option is Indians,
Okay. Yeah.
INDENES, making 6 overlaps alongside Gloater.
Oh.
So
Oh, oh my God. Damn, that would have been so sweet.
that is
And
hard to
then it would
find. Yeah,
have messed up with movers there. But anyway.
yeah. And then you also had one bingo from the S, and with a
Okay.
blank H, it is Sneeshin, I believe is what the word was. It's not it's a Collins only word. I've never seen
What
it
is, how
before.
do you spell it?
SNEESHIN.
Do you want help scoring?
SHIN?
Yes, with a blank H. It's a weird
Weird.
word, but that was the
I've
only.
never seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we can
No,
spell
I can keep it,
Yeah.
but
it. This one is fun. So yeah. So Matthew's not gonna come on, eh?
it doesn't look like it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Sad. Making me sad, Matter.
I will just continue to do the best I can. Hopefully.
How would they know? They don't know what you're
I don't know, right.
Yeah, we don't.
I appreciate that you don't have that, actually.
We wouldn't be criticizing your play anyways, Mike. Don't worry. That's not what I'm getting not paid to do.
No, I know.
Anyway, Evan, I really, really appreciate all this work that you're doing. It's amazing.
I'm glad to help out.
It's your first time doing commentary,
Correct,
so
yeah.
like at least like I keep saying, it's the lowest risk situation that you can ever find yourself in for doing commentary.
That is
for
true.
the first time.
And yeah, I'm more than willing to hear feedback from any of the viewers. If there's anything I can do better in terms of providing commentary, I will be glad to improve.
So I think I need to get a drink of water and go to the bathroom before the next round starts. I'm not sure how close we are or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a better game next time.
Yeah, I think we probably will get a better game next time.
I'm just like, it's like, because the field is obviously.
It's tough,
Wait,
yeah.
oh gosh, thank you. What is this? Potato puffs. Thank you so much. Who else is playing? Jeremy,
Noah
Matthew.
Matthew
Noah.
Tunnicliffe.
Yeah, so that's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, you've got Jeremy next, and then you have Tunnicliffe afterwards for the games that I will be here for.
Karen's the only one. Oh yeah, I haven't played Karen before, but that'll be fun. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. And it's not like I have never beat these people before, so
yeah, you're certainly capable of beating them. There's no doubt about that. It's just not going to be easy. They're not going to make it easy.
Yeah,
you have it in you.
Okay, thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. All right. Talk to you soon, Heidi.
Okay. How do I get out of here? I always miss the leave thing doesn't always show up for me.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 64-bit Scrabble. I don't know if you saw my Discord DM, but the co-commentator I was supposed to be commentating with dropped out. So I had messaged you asking if you'd want to hop on and do commentary. It's totally fine if not. I can pilot the ship on my own, but that's what Heidi was referencing, whether or not with you being here. Okay, sweet. It looks like we are going to have a guest come on. That is exciting. You're not showing your face? Okay. So it'll just be a voice call. Yeah, that's fine. You can join the Zoom without showing your face. Yeah, that's totally fine. But yeah, this is exciting. What's up?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, is this working?
It is working. Welcome to the stream.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna run my condo in the background.
All right, sounds good.
I can do that during a game and commentate.
Yep.
Yeah, just the tournament started late, so I stopped paying attention. I like that, and then I missed the first game.
Yep, that is totally fine. Yeah, things did start late. We had some technical issues, as well as having to deal with the whole, oh shoot, the person I was supposed to be commentating with isn't going to be here anymore.
Yeah. Did everyone else start their games and like Heidi started late?
No, the whole tournament was late, so we didn't hold them up at all. Let me just change the element here. Oh, that is a quotation mark, not an apostrophe.
Okay, how's the audio quality on this? This is me with headphones. This is me with headphones on my phone.
Yeah, no, that is
Okay.
sounds perfect.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you for being here. I
Oh yeah,
appreciate
no,
that a
for
lot.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I can in Zoom turn on the virtual camera so you can see my setup without any delay.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how much that matters, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I can see the racks close
Yeah.
enough. How many seconds are they on delay?
Um, I don't know exactly how much delay there is with Twitch, but there's no
Yeah.
delay through Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I was already committing my Saturday to watching this and
Yeah,
running my
yeah.
condo. Now I can talk nonstop in the Twitch instead of in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Be able to. It'll be more convenient to speak vocally as opposed to having to type everything out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just run to the bathroom real quick and
Perfect.
get some water. But
Sounds
I'll
good.
be back in a moment. Just.
Yeah. How's it going, Twitch chat? I mean, I'm also in the Twitch chat, but yeah, anyways, you saw my face in Montreal, but the issue is that that was at Matt Canic's place because we both live in Boston, so it's made more sense to go over there because it's easier to do it's easier to chat in real time and not have it delayed on over a Zoom call. There's little social cues that get weird when you chat on a phone call and then it shows up in the stream. So I figured since we live in the same town, it's easy enough and makes more sense to just go over there.
All right. I'm
All
back.
right, cool. Is your opponent almost ready, Heidi? Or we're not talking to her now?
Yeah, she's not in the Zoom call right now.
Oh, okay.
But I just need to switch up some stream graphics real quick. So in this game, the next proponent is Jeremy Hildebrand, who is not an opponent I know
Perfect.
much about, but if you know,
He's from Ottawa. I don't
yeah,
know. He's been in the club for a while. He had a pretty solid run at the World Championship a few years ago. He was in like ninth place with 8 games to go before slipping a little bit.
okay. Yes. Let me just. Set this. All right. Oh, change the text file. Quick. Who's playing? But all right, cool. And then I just need to update the records. Uh, was the result of that? Alright.
But what have you been doing to get ready for Albany?
Mainly just reviewing my most recent tournament games. I've certainly got a bit more reviewing to do, but
It's your first Division One multi-day, right?
no, I played Division One multi-day in Wilmington, Delaware,
Oh, okay.
and I ended up that was my first Division One multi-day, and I ended up winning it. So
It's your 1 year anniversary of playing a Scrabble tournament, right?
yes, around
That's nice.
around now is my 1 year anniversary of my first game. So
Yeah, I've been bragging about how you've been playing for less than a year. I can't say that anymore.
yeah, that is true, but I've still got the best rating game for the past year, so I've still
Yeah,
got that in my
be hard not to.
yeah. I'm not the only one with 600 plus.
Oh
Jonathan
shit.
Kai is a
Yeah.
middle
Wow.
school player. He's been improving really
Yeah, he's
fast.
only like 12.
Yeah, he is.
He's tiny. I mean, he's probably not tiny anymore.
He's
Kids
hitting his
grow up
growth spurt.
fast.
I've seen
Yeah.
him get taller at the various Princeton tournaments.
Yeah. Okay, we're about to get going. I've got my
no,
condo
they're
ready
bagging
to
up
go.
tiles.
I've got my condo ready to go.
Awesome. Let me just.
So to answer Heidi's question in the chat, yeah, we don't have the audio all the time because otherwise there would be ambient noise with the tiles and stuff that we don't want because it's just not really relevant to the Twitch Twitch call.
But
Okay, is Heidi going first?
I can pull up the looks like it. Like two parent. Yep, Heidi's going first.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Or is she? Oh, is she just shaking? No, she's picking tiles. Okay,
Tiles, yeah.
she's going first. All right, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Happy early Canada Day.
Happy early Canada Day. All right. That looks like a pretty decent start.
Yeah, there's no bingo here, but Vin is probably fine.
Yeah. I would definitely be tempted to maybe just trade VN as opposed to Vin, but
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure
it's always
close.
good to think of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think ERNS is a little too good.
To sacrifice 12 to play. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense,
I
for
mean, it's
sure.
always good to think about this stuff, but when the 12-point play keeps ERNS, it's probably a little bit too low scoring to exchange.
That's fair. Venon's also
Yeah,
a decent option.
Heidi's going with Venom. This is one of those textbook like debates between going short and going long. I think usually I would go short when the short thing keeps ENRS.
Yeah, and that's totally fair.
Yeah.
But
I'm running the sim, and after a relatively low number applies, it says Vin, followed by Exchange VN, followed by Viner. Because NS is a little better than RS.
okay,
but
that's interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those situations where it's like the textbook debate between opening short and opening long. EINRS is also good enough that exchanging is part of the debate this time.
It's also of note, the reason that Viner is probably better than Venom is because Venom takes a back E hook. So if Jeremy has a 7-letter word that might not fit with an overlap, but it has an E, it's going to play on the I column, making Venom.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think part of it is setting yourself up with INGS bingos.
Yeah, that is also true.
In the double.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, now Vin is starting to run away in my sim, and then Exchange VN is second.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense.
So it's good to think about things like Exchange VN.
Yeah, for sure.
If the leave after Vin was even slightly worse, it would probably be better to exchange.
Yeah. But Venom is still a decent option from Heidi. She's yet to put her tiles on her rack.
Brian McDonald is saying, I like Vin over Venom to not play the E in the 2x2. That is good. good logic.
Yeah, definitely. Good
That's
logic
why
there.
a lot of the short opens end up winning sims over better equity plays because of
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. So Jeremy's laid just B on the. Yeah, he's just playing BE. That is very interesting.
I mean, there's definitely racks where it's like BE
Yeah,
followed by something that doesn't bingo.
yeah, but he's clearly signaling that he's got 5 strong tiles.
For
And
sure. For sure. Heidi actually maybe not quite as many options as it looks like. Because
yeah,
the equity play is KAI on row 6, which is just sad. It takes an E and an S and a bunch of other things,
yeah, and
so
the L.
it probably opens too much. But there's also KAI on
Yeah,
what is it? Sorry. There's also KAIE,
yeah.
um, which sets up stuff like the X.
Mm-hmm.
All the
But
options here are kind of ugly.
yeah, but after a play like KAIE, I mean, you can assume that Jeremy was certainly not holding the X when he just played off B. So
I
even though
wouldn't be
there is
that
this X spot
yeah.
available, it's very unlikely that Jeremy was holding it on his last play.
There's a chance that Jeremy has the Z and you're supposed to play something like, I don't know.
I mean, that is interesting. Yeah,
I mean,
potentially it's setting up his Z with
it's
bigs.
not necessarily a 40-point Z play, so he could easily be trying to play ZE underneath.
Yeah, that is certainly an interesting thought.
If you think it's like a 50% chance, you have to start thinking about playing things
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
yeah. So Heidi has Rika set up on her rack. That'll play
That
with
is not a
Ren.
word. The word is
Oh,
Rakia,
oh yeah, you're right.
which does play. It might
Yeah,
be best.
Rakia does play with REN, so
Yeah.
it doesn't open as much as something like KAI, which
Yeah.
may keep a better leave, but it takes so many hooks in that double lane. After a fishy play, it's very likely that you'll get hammered in that spot.
Yeah, can't imagine holding a Z is worth 20 points. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it might not be, but people like setups anyways, and
Mm-hmm.
even just ZE with Venine and Bez is like a lot, right?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, ZE and Bez and Venine is 54
Oh,
as
yeah.
opposed to like what are you getting if you don't? It's not that dumb. It could be a
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
So yeah, the sim is starting to prefer either of the two things that drop KAI for 16. There's KAI E and there's KAI.
All right, and yeah, Heidi's gonna go with
It's probably
KAI.
better to play KAIE because of just I mean he's probably also got a lot of bingo leads
Yeah,
with the Z or whatever.
yeah.
She's doing it. They're neck and neck in my sim.
Okay, so yeah, certainly a solid option.
Yeah, it's a solid option.
But yeah, we'll see if Jeremy was up to some Z shenanigans or if he was just keeping really good bingo tiles. As Heidi's
Yeah.
gonna draw some fantastic tiles. She's
Yeah, now
got
she's got Scarlet and Crystal and Cartels and
Yep.
whatever.
Does she have a double hooking Kai?
I think it's just yeah, Clarets and Kale.
Clarets, yes, Clarets and Kale. That's
I don't
what
think
play.
there's one through the E in Venom. I
Yeah,
think it's
I mean-
just Clearest and Treacles.
Yeah, I saw those options. I didn't know if there was a secret third
Wait,
Collins anagram.
no, there is one, right? I think
Is there a third Collins anagram? Clearest and Treacles don't work as doubles. Oh, Matthew is muted for temporary. But yeah, I mean, as the board currently stands, Clarets and Kale over here is going to score.
Oh, sorry. There's Skellerat through the E.
Oh, Scalaret. Okay, that's not.
Skellerat, Scelerat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah, that's not a word I was familiar with, but oh,
Yeah,
Mew.
it takes an E and an S.
Okay. So yeah, interesting choice to play Mew for 20 when you could.
It actually sets
Yeah.
up clarets in such a way on top that it's actually pretty close with the
Oh, yeah.
double-double.
That is true. Yeah, Clarets now plays on top for a very solid score.
I would probably do it just because there's so many things that can happen.
It is an
There's a
extra
lot.
point, yeah.
It's one extra point, and there's just a lot of different things that can happen up there compared to the E.
Yeah, that
Because
is
there's
true.
hooking Muse and Mule, and then there's some pretty nasty parallel plays with
Yeah.
EW.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my sim likes it by about 1%.
All right, yeah. So hopefully she'll be able to spot the overlapping play. If she doesn't find that new spot, oh, she's got Clarets lined up. Let's just hope she sees the spot on top instead of playing it with Mule, because that is going to score significantly less.
I would imagine if she spelled it out, it's because of the big one.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she was about to lay
Don't do
down
that.
Scarlet hooking Mule, except it doesn't. She had it laid
It does
down in the
fit,
wrong
it just
spot.
slots the...
Yeah.
Well, she probably didn't put together that it puts the S in there.
That is very
And
likely.
then put it
happened.
together when it was on the board and picked it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I mean, there's different options.
For
It's
sure,
just
yeah.
Clarets and Stellarat.
Yeah, definitely a pretty big amount better than the other options, but those are not, the easiest words to know necessarily. I mean, Scalerat is certainly obscure, and Clarets is probably the least common of the anagrams of that word, so. I think she is very indecisive right now about what she wants to play, it looks like.
What happens when your rack has 6 7s in it? And
Yeah,
then
right?
there's 8s. I mean, they could even play with, like, Scan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks like she's lining up treacles now. For 70. And that is going to be the play. So yeah, you would have liked to see the 91 point overlap, but as long as you get a bingo down here, you're going to be going up over 70 on a board that still has plenty of opportunities. So you're going to be fine. And going out to this early lead is certainly, you got to feel somewhat decent having that sort of lead against a strong player.
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling to get something like ACELRST early in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, what does Heidi have? Okay. I was wondering if she would hit something like Toharoa.
Oh gosh, that's certainly an interesting word. But yeah, when you see a rack like this, you want to definitely try and find a way to get rid of multiple of these O's. I would look for a spot to maybe play a bit long with a word like ortho, but it doesn't appear to be a good spot on this board for that.
The best thing on the board is probably something like HOO on top of Mu.
Yeah, who is keeps a solid EORT leave, and it does give back a good amount of hooks there, but you're also setting up a spot on top for your T to play with overlaps. So,
but on the F column, there's Hoon, which is a little bit less scoring.
Okay.
Which doesn't set up that stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And Jeremy's plays Yo, so.
Yeah, so now you're gonna play like Hooter or something.
Yeah.
Your options are basically Hooter or something
Hooter,
like
or you could play
Oho,
Oho on top as
which
well.
doesn't take as many points, and also it doesn't take an S, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, this is solid.
I mean, if you're worried about the S that Jeremy might have because of his 2-tile plays, you might want to play Oho instead.
Mm-hmm. But no, Hooter is certainly a very good scoring option. By far her best score in this position.
Yeah,
And
38 is nothing to sneeze at. It's pretty solid scores. She's now up 87.
yeah, and you know, even if Jeremy gets a bingo down, you know, unless it's on the triple lane, it's only gonna make things even. So.
Even the one on the triple barely takes a lead.
Ouch. Trank. Must have, yeah, he must have drawn the Q after his 2-tile fish. Or something like that. But yeah, that's going to sting.
Yeah, so here we're actually in a pretty interesting position because the equity play is Oi on top of Hooter, but that's very open.
Yeah, that's true.
The second best play though is interesting because it's Uzi
Yeah.
on the O column, which uses up the blank, but it blocks a pretty volatile part of the board.
Yeah, that's such an interesting play. I mean, it's not even, it's a weird for OOSY. I presume it's just some alternate spelling of the Uzi with the Z.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but that,
what is it? Yeah, I think it is.
but yeah, Uzi up here, burning your blank as an S. It's 50 points, which it's hard to say no to that, but it's also a very human thing to not want to play your blank for a play like that.
Yeah.
It's something obviously you are more than willing to do, Matthew.
No, I mean, I think this is
But,
probably
yeah.
one of the times you just have to do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
When is Collins getting Yowie? I don't know. We should have gotten it a long time ago. It's clearly a thing.
Yeah,
we got some.
that's
We
true.
got some other anime things.
Yeah, Yaoi would be certainly useful, but
Yeah, especially in a place like this.
yeah.
No,
right?
I mean, I think this is just one of those times where you have to do it because the other options are just so sad.
Oh yeah, I mean
50 is 50, and OY just sets up so much.
yeah, it sets up. There's actually you put the D, the S.
You put an S
and
there.
Yeah, it sets up a really volatile hook that you hold none of. I mean, you hold the blank, but there's no guarantees. It's definitely
But that is a great option too.
yeah. He's just
And
gonna.
it is winning my sim by a bit.
Which one? OY or?
But yeah, I think
Okay.
the L and the floating L and the S are probably enough to give her some hope at a bingo.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as long as she can draw at least one, probably two consonants.
So sometimes even
Yeah.
with one consonant, she can hit
Yeah.
things like whatever. What do we got?
Maybe not with a third eye though.
I don't think that one's gonna hit, but it,
No.
does it?
But she'll have Inia on the
Yeah.
right side making QI, so that'll be a solid way to dump 2 of her 3 eyes and score decently.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be correct if it stays there.
Oh, wow, just X'd. Yeah, it is going to say that, you know, a play like this is certainly one of the downsides of OY. It opens up the triple lane for potentially big plays, but, you know, you still have decent enough bingo chances after OY, just not by drawing a third eye.
Yeah, I
gonna-
mean, I assume Jeremy was fishing and then drew things like the Q and the X, and then had
Yeah.
to stop fishing and play them off. But he got good scores out of them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Q got him a bingo score.
Yeah, so Heidi's playing Inia, which makes sense. It's
This-
the highest scoring play, and it gets rid of a lot of the vowels.
Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward turn. Good on her to make this play quickly, not burn too
just
much
get-
clock.
Get over it.
Yeah,
Get through it.
and then hopefully bingo on this next turn. I mean, now there's this N column that is a new line for 7s available. You still have the floaters and treacle. You could still play a 7 hooking Venins or a Venine. There's still a lot of room. Maybe even a bingo ending in an I under the X, but maybe not with those tiles. Drawing GUW out of the bag is certainly not a good strategy.
Not the greatest. Maybe something like Wig. to the left of.
Oh gosh, and Pish is gonna score 60 points for Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those reasons why maybe you have to think about something like Uzi when you're in the
Yeah,
lead. So that's just so annoying.
I know, right?
So yeah, here we've got Wig as the likely equity play.
Yeah.
OUR blank is pretty solid.
Mhm.
OUR is the type of lead that's probably maybe a synergistic with the blank because they're actually half decent bingo tiles on their own. They just go
Mhm.
wrong a lot of the time, but the blank stops it from
Yeah.
going wrong a lot. Like you know, you can even draw something like you can draw something unbalanced, like I don't know. You can even draw something like OUT and be fine because
You
you're
could
out for.
to Wig, you could draw EAU and you've still got a
Yeah,
7 on that way.
exactly.
You
Like
know, there's just the blank allows for so
yeah,
much flexibility
yeah.
and bailouts. I mean, yeah, you could draw EAU, play
You can draw
Rouleau under this
EAU and
X.
you're fine. And conversely, if you're just keeping OUR and you draw EAU, the seventh tile, if it's anything but the L or the Q, is just gonna ruin
Yeah,
you.
you're sad and you're scoring like 15.
So
But
leaves like OUR that form a lot of bingos but can also go wrong easily are the type of leaves you like alongside the blank for
yeah,
that
for
reason.
sure.
Yeah, and Wig at D12 is winning my sim because it
Yeah.
probably scores too many points to pass up.
Yep, just plunking Wig here. It's just a really great balance of scoring and keeping as good of a lead as you can. You know, you got to break up
Yeah.
that WUG combination, and you're getting rid of 2 of them on Wig, scoring the highest score you can get on this turn without burning the blank. I mean, it's just kind of a slam dunk play.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, the next equity options are playing WO in that same spot, but that's the GIRU blank leave. It's certainly worse than ORU blank. And then after that, it goes down to like Wig on the other side for 8 less points, which obviously, you know, you're not going to do. So,
And there's also like WUS, but for the reasons I said with the blank and the synergy, it's probably better to just take the points of
yeah,
Wig.
for sure. Better to just grab some points here.
That said, anytime you have the blank, often keeping one extra letter is a good idea as long as it's not completely toxic to bingos
Yeah.
because it just takes up space on your rack that won't be a Q.
That is true. She's going to go with WO.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean that does follow the principle I was saying where it's just I know it's the U, but it's actually not terrible at bingos and like
yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah. As long as you're, you know, using that spot and scoring decently, getting rid of the W, then you still have decent bingo odds for this next turn. Especially with that AT draw. That's
Yeah, there's
gonna
certainly a lot of options, and she's drawn one of the better leaves or
Mhm.
the better 2 tile pulls she can pick this time. We've got guitars.
Yep, guitars
We've
plays
got-
with those.
We've got what else do we have?
Yep. And there's 2 other options here. There are 8 letters.
Just curating, I guess.
Yeah, curating from the C and ligature from this L are the other 2
Yeah.
options, but she's already found guitars, and if that stays open, I would expect her to play it quickly. It is her highest scoring bingo, but it scores 73 under... Oh, okay, Ahi's is gonna come down from Jeremy. And that is going to
Yeah.
block guitars, so she's going to...
She's gonna have to see ligature or curating.
Yeah, but she's certainly capable of that.
I would think so, yeah. So you might not know this, Evan, because it seems like a normal word, but curating was actually added to the dictionary within my Scrabble career.
Really?
It's just one of those words that's not quite the correct version of it that you hear a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So it actually was never a word
Huh,
until
that is
it was.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's not quite the right version of it. So I guess is it actually a word?
Yeah,
But it is.
yeah.
It is now.
No, it definitely is now. And she's
It's
got
the
it lined
same
up.
as I don't know, like chalant is not a word, even though
Yeah,
if someone said it,
nonchalant.
if
is-
someone said it, you you would sort of piece it together, being
Yeah,
like, okay,
exactly.
I guess it means aggressive and angry, because
Mhm.
nonchalant means
Yeah.
calm.
Yeah, you can be nonchalant, but you can't be chalant. It's
There is, of course, Cantle.
yeah.
The sim that I'm running is preferring ligature.
Yeah.
Deciding that the 2 points are enough to make the difference here.
Yeah, and that makes sense if you can get an extra 2 points here. I mean, there's not really any positional benefit that you're gaining from curating relative to ligature. The X is out, so placing the
Yeah.
U right under that triple letter score is not dangerous. And I mean, that would probably be the main consideration I would look at. But with the X on the board, I think you just go ahead and take the extra 2 points.
Yes, exactly. They kind of both set some things up. I mean,
Mhm.
ligature probably sets up a little bit more, but
Yeah, but it also, it does set up the triple lane on from this. If you let me just write it on the board. It sets up this triple lane down from the A, but you also have the E underneath this double word score. You're guaranteed one of these two spots on your next turn. So
yeah, it's one of those
yeah.
plays that sets up several things and actually ends up maybe not being as good as blocking, but also not being as bad as setting up exactly one thing.
Okay. Oh no, no, no! Don't do this, Heidi.
Ooh, is she gonna play?
Oh,
Yeah, that's not a word.
Inia does not take an S.
Don't do it. It's the
She's
plural of
done
the
it.
inion, which I think is something in your brain.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to commit this until. Is Heidi not on hold?
Did you get away with it?
I think she might have got away with this. Yeah, I think she's gotten away with it. I mean, I definitely did not expect
Wow.
that. But
Okay, well,
yeah,
she's drawn into Fez at the very least on the other
Yeah.
side of the board,
that is true. Hold
which
on.
is 60 points.
Oh wow, yeah, Fez making U and Zoes. That's
Yeah.
pretty massive. I mean, it keeps two U's, but you keep anything for 60 points.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really care too much about the U's, you could opt for fuses, which is only 6 less points, but you're also
Could
using
play,
the
like-
S for that. So, I think
You're
that
keeping one
yeah.
U.
certainly much better.
Yeah, there is fugues in Ahis, which is a lot less,
Yeah,
but it keeps the Z.
yeah, that is certainly an option. I mean, if there wasn't, if that spot, if Jeremy takes the C column, I would expect fugues to be a lot better than most of the other Z options, just because getting rid of those two U's is really important. But I don't think you can
Yeah.
sacrifice 21 points for that. I think that is a bit too
So
much.
I just put the static or whatever, and it says Fez is the equity play by 2.4, so it is pretty close just on
Yeah.
equity.
Oh yeah, it's a lot closer according to these new Macondo leaves relative to Quackle. Quackle has it, like,
Yeah,
8 points apart.
yeah, but that's probably one of the leaves that didn't respect the Z enough.
Yeah, that is true.
Jeremy's play of Faded also isn't really gonna change Heidi's choices.
No, yeah, that doesn't really give any new options to Heidi through that E. There's nothing new there.
The main choices are just Fez, which is the highest scoring, Fugues, which keeps the Z, and
yeah.
Fuses, which gets rid of one of the U's and scores less, but
Yeah.
it also gets rid of an S.
Yeah, I think I would probably just go for Fez here. She's got that lined
Yeah.
up, and it looks
I
like
mean,
she's-
there's an argument for Fugues
Oh, there's
because
certainly an argument.
there's two 40, 50 point Z spots sitting here.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not like it's
It's not-
pretty
yeah.
logically sound.
Yeah. Normally a 60-point Z play is pretty slam dunk. The leave makes it a bit up for debate, but I think she is perfectly fine to grab the 60 points here for Fez.
Yeah, the sim that I'm running is seeming to like that. So Yeah, I mean, hey, if you got 60 points available and it's not an obvious blunder, like
Yeah,
it's not crazy. Just
no.
you can move on with your life and
Yeah, for sure. And you'll just deal with those
just
U's next
yeah.
turn.
I mean, she at least has like I don't know, Goa on row 9. That's probably not correct. That's just what I
Yeah, you want
saw.
to get rid of
Get rid of
a
a
U.
U.
She can just drop the G and the U with glue through the J.
There's like something like luau's to get rid of both of them.
Yeah. Luau's is also another option, making Ahi.
You've also built up a bit of a lead now, and luau's blocks the easiest bingo lane. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't I don't
true.
hate the idea of something like that.
You know, generally, you're not very satisfied with getting rid of an S for only around 20 points, but it would make a lot of strategic sense in this case. You're playing through 5 tiles to get to the end of the game a bit quicker when you have this lead. You're taking out the Ahi's hook. You're partially obstructing the B column as well. So
Yep.
you're working towards just exhausting all the space that's available on the board. And I think that,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like we're starting to get to a point where if you can play something like luau's and then something in the bottom right, it's pretty hard to do anything.
yeah, yeah. Although there's now a new big threat that there might be a need to address, being that C in the triple triple. Which, if there is a solid way to, I mean, maybe just call could be sensible. Get rid of one of
Oh,
your U's and obstruct the C.
well, there is a triple triple, so that's probably better.
Yeah, I'm just playing. Oh
Yeah,
my god! Yeah, she does have a triple triple available.
I mean, yeah.
That is not a word I've ever seen before. I would have certainly
Glaucus.
missed this.
I assume it's like pertaining to glaucoma or something.
No, it is just an adjective meaning bluish green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wow, that is not an easy find. This is very deep in lexicon, but the word is glaucus.
Yeah, I mean, barring that, it actually turns into an interesting
Yeah,
debate on like, should you use the C immediately because the bingos score so much, or should you attempt to play in one of the other two bingo
yeah,
areas, being
that's
the
true. But
being the bottom right or the ahis?
yeah, but Heidi's gonna go with call. There's a
Okay.
CLOU is a word in Collins that I was not
Yeah.
aware of. Would have
I
been
think I might actually have played if I didn't see this triple triple Scaug because it gets rid
Scout,
of the
yeah.
G. The G kind of sucks and Scaug scores 6 more, so it
Yeah,
might be okay despite getting rid of the S.
or you can just draw into ousting, tousing, and then outings,
Yeah, outsing.
outsing. Yeah. Do any of those play?
I don't
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
they quite
anything
play with ahis,
fits.
but Jeremy has been opening a lot of new space, so it's definitely
Yeah,
possible
and
that he'll give Heidi a spot to play one of her 4 bingos.
I mean, and he's in a position where he probably needs to keep doing things
Oh
like that.
yeah.
Like maybe he plays a 3-letter word to the left of faded because he needs to just hope to hit an S and
Oh
then hit
yeah.
something,
That's
and then
certainly
that
possible.
that sets up outings and
Yeah.
tousing and outsing and stuff.
I hope that Heidi hasn't set this up in hope of playing loutings, because while louting is a word, it does not take an S.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
definitely tempting to have that there, but
the
should not be
best play
pushing your
without
fate.
anything else. The
Yeah.
best equity play would be auto forming Kino and stuff.
hmm
But we might be in a spot where blocking Ahis is the best choice because she's got a bit of a lead and she can play something like I don't know
Yeah.
Giust Giust.
Yeah. And Jeremy's play of Perv more, Perv after Cruel, he probably just isn't close enough to Bingo to be opening. He's probably just got too many consonants, I would assume. And he just played 6 in a row with, his past, 10 tiles have been 7 consonants, 1 vowel. So,
Yeah.
he might be more in range now, considering the pool is looking pretty balanced from Heidi's perspective. But
Yeah, there's some interesting things to think about here because if you play something like Gouts and Ahis, the board is actually pretty dead. You've managed to even block the IER bingos and stuff.
Yeah, no, it really, at that point, if you're able to block over here, then, there's just these marginal 8 lanes through the tiles you're putting in space, and then this L. But other
Evan,
than
I think there's an issue with your unseen tile pool because one of the blanks is on the board.
for whatever reason, it didn't mark the blanks as played last turn either, or last game either. I'm not sure what's causing that.
Oh, is there some software thing?
It might be a software thing. Yeah, I'm really not sure exactly what. Is the
Are you
reason for it.
entering something in?
I'm entering the racks in.
You're not entering like a lowercase letter or something with guitars?
No. I'm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my gut here is to play something like Gouts. I think you've got enough of a lead that
Yeah.
is your
that-
most pressing issue. But
Yeah.
Auto is winning my sim, but I think it might be some logic issues with the sim with assuming Jeremy opens. Assuming that Jeremy does
Yeah.
not open the board or something.
Yeah, and the INGS sleeve is normally pretty solid, but unless you're playing something from the L, you're not fitting an ING bingo on this board.
Yeah, I think something like Gouts is one of those things where you find a way to squeak by
Yeah, right. Just try and
every time. I mean, Auto the leave is so good that it's probably a pretty solid choice too.
yeah, for sure. You're not.
Another random thing about Auto is that it keeps SG, and if Heidi draws an E, she can play Sage in the same spot,
Oh yeah. Wait, what is that?
which is 34.
Oh yeah, making
Forming
Smew, Beg,
Smew
and
and Beg
Venine.
and
Yeah, that's a really
Venine.
nice spot. Keeping GS
Um,
good.
And keeping the S has its advantages because it can be used to counter some types of board openings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. She's gonna play Vugs. I don't necessarily like this. Putting the S
Yeah.
in the triple lane like that is just you're just kind of asking for Jeremy to.
Yeah,
bingo
it's
there.
like you're setting yourself up, but you're also setting Jeremy up, and you're up. You don't.
Yeah.
You need to. You can force him to be open and then close
I
it. You don't really have to do it yourself.
fully agree with that. I think this is definitely strategic miscalculation, especially since it's so hard to block. You can't overlap
Yeah,
Vugs.
she might be. She
productively.
might be stuck just putting another word there, which won't score that much.
Yeah.
Like a MOLS or something.
Yeah, and then if Jeremy's able to connect elsewhere on the board, like from the L or making Ahis, like you don't. Now there's too much space for you to obstruct it all at once.
Yeah, I mean, this R has been sitting here the whole time too, in Cruel, which
Oh
can
yeah.
be
That's-
used to make at
Yeah,
least
that's
like
true.
OR
ER,
or like
Yeah,
IER.
or, yeah.
So that's been there. I mean, I think the name of the game here is exhaustion. Just like play something like Gouts, and
Yeah.
then as soon as it gets overlapped, that whole area is just dead.
Oh, I gotta.
And then also do something around Perv and try to kill some stuff, and then you'll be
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah, that's fair. Got a good idea in chat from Five Crab to fish for subvening.
That'll be fun.
That would certainly be fun.
I mean, Heidi actually has some shots at playing a bingo if like. Yeah, so Gusto and Ahis, the thing about that is it doesn't block the R. I did consider that too. It does score 2 more.
Yeah.
I can only add so many things to the sim, and I picked Gouts because it blocks the R, and I figured, hey, eventually like a parallel play is gonna come up there and just kill everything anyways.
Yeah.
It seems like with the pool, IER is a decently large threat. But it's a good idea. I think something like that is probably correct.
Yeah,
just
just
because
something to exhaust that.
just
upper- that
because
top
of the threats. Although there is just one blank.
left. Jeremy's gonna play dead. It's interesting. I mean, that sort of takes out some of those. That takes out that R. So that's not a bingo line anymore that you got to worry about.
Yeah, so now Heidi's in a bit of a tough spot because she probably has to block the situation she created with that S.
Yeah. I
I mean, something like MOLS isn't necessarily fun, but she did kind of put herself into a mess, and now it's time
yeah,
to clean it up.
definitely. I mean, all of the equity plays involve one of the floaters in debt. She can play off 6 with a play like Mottlier or Molinet, or Entomb to the B is also a decent equity play. You know, those will obstruct the J and also get the bag close to empty in case, if Jeremy doesn't have a available bingo on this turn, it's going to be a lot easier for Heidi to respond on her next turn, since they'll have only a few options to play like one or two tiles. But I think
So
you've got to
yeah,
play some sort of defense.
one nice choice is Mottlier. I put trials on the bottom into the sim to see how it works.
Yeah.
The annoying thing with the bottom part of the board is you either have to play LOS for 3 and not open anything, or you have to play something that opens a
the
little
7
bit.
lane, yeah.
Trials might not even be the best version of it because it still allows like IES, but
yeah. But putting the 2 consonants in a row does make it slightly harder to overlap because you would need 2 vowels on top.
yeah. I think this time it's going to be playing up top and scoring a little more and still blocking some pretty decent sized threats.
You're not going to be able to score more than your highest scoring plays are 23 points under guitars, so with lim or limo.
Yeah, and I would probably caution against that because I don't think I don't think you're quite enough ahead to just ignore the bingos.
No, certainly not. And Jeremy's, after a play like MI, I feel like you've got to address the S somehow.
Yeah, so my sim liked Entomb after I ran it for a while, but
Okay.
then it was Mottlier. I think just taking up space in that section is the most important thing.
Hold up, did I miss a play, or?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Because Heidi's drawn new tiles.
Well, she just played MI.
Oh, then what did Jeremy play?
I don't think he's played yet.
No, he. Did I? No, because after.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but mine is current. The unseen.
Oh, sorry. I just have things like wrong. Okay, my bad. I'm just confusing myself.
I'm about to post the unseen pool from Heidi's perspective.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's why you gotta be careful with things like.
I was just confused because I had the board.
Votes. I mean, this is why I was talking about things like gouts.
Yeah.
If you do gouts, that part of the board is pretty much done already, and then you can focus on the area around perf later, and the S created by Vugs wouldn't have even been there. As it stands, it's a lot riskier.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish we could see Jeremy's rack right now. This would be an interesting decision. There's so many things to think about.
Yeah,
it's entirely possible he has a bingo and he's not supposed to play it.
Really?
I mean, if you have something like AGINST blank, you're just looking into so many vowels.
Yeah, but
you bingo and draw 5 vowels enough of the time that maybe it's better to try to bingo out. You fish off the G and you just hope that you bingo out with like tansies.
That is certainly possible. I think the other thing to consider though is that your opponent's not going to have scoring tiles because literally the G is the only tile remaining scoring more than 1 point.
Oh yeah, there are a few lines to
you
play
might be
with
able
though.
to
like
outrun anyways.
Depending on what Jeremy has,
Heidi
could be threatening something like. At least, I mean, Heidi has Ain, which is something. I mean, it's over 20 points. Those kinds of dinks are going to be enough to outrun Jeremy if he has 5 vowels.
Yeah.
You can play Rude. So Heidi right now has Rude and Ain for 2 different dinks, which are both over 20 points.
Yeah. Rude being here.
No, ROOD on the...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Making top. Yeah.
So Heidi's already got those as dinks. So as Jeremy, you have to think about the fact that if you bingo and don't draw an outplay, Heidi might be able to get you with like 2 dinks like that.
Yeah. It's certainly a bit of a dicey position if you Although I feel like it's maybe a little bit easier if you don't have a bingo, because then you just fish and then hope that your opponent doesn't have something with all these one-pointers.
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's different things here.
Yeah, it's just certainly far from over though.
I
There's a
think
lot
yeah,
of things that could happen.
I think in all likelihood we're gonna see some sort of maybe even just like I don't know age.
Yeah.
Age is nice because of it stops lines down the road where Heidi
Can just
doesn't quite empty
outscore
the
with a
bag.
yeah.
Heidi doesn't quite empty the bag, but now she can't even play Ain.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, a play like Age for Jeremy would just take out Heidi's best scoring option. And,
Yeah.
you know, it will force her into a very tough position because she could potentially be at risk of getting outrun if, you know, after Age, like that's going to make it close enough on the scoreboard to where you can't be blocking for like 4 points. That's
Yep. Yeah, there's even some risk of that.
okay. But Jeremy's going to bingo. You know what this blank
Jeremy's
is?
put down. Yeah, that's a P. Pentizes is a
Okay.
word in Collins.
Got you. Oh, he actually had 9s available. Lineniest for 77. That's cool.
Yeah, so it looks like Heidi's going to be able to win if she figures out the best
sequence,
which is going to be Venine and Ergon.
And Ergon. Ooh. Yeah, that's a Collins only 5 right there.
And then that leaves her with Loto, which it sets up.
Oh, yes, Loto here.
So like I was saying, the fact that things like this exist makes me unsure whether or not Pentizes is correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it's close. I mean,
I mean, you
obviously
could
you know, the 3 extra points from Lineniest would certainly help Jeremy out in this position, but he still might be able to get outran. I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, there's a risk of getting outran. There's just also, I mean, yeah, I think you couldn't, given that there's 2 lanes sitting there, you could maybe wait on the bingo and see if you could pull off a better one.
Yeah.
Jeremy also has S blank, so he can play something like Woe, and the only block after Woe is playing 1 single tile with LI. And then Jeremy could bingo later. And Jeremy could end up bingoing later, and then he has 3 tiles to draw, which makes him more likely to go out. So
Heidi just gone ahead and played Eloin. He has 19 seconds on her clock for what it's worth. Is under some severe time pressure. I don't know if this wins, but
that tricky sequence with Ergon and Loto was the only win, unfortunately. It's pretty tricky because it's a tough word and you have to hook and then you have to realize you're setting another thing up.
Yeah, Jeremy, his best endgame play seems to be just Goa underneath here, making big Kino and Ag. He cannot stop Heidi from going out, but this scores 27, which is going to be more than enough for him to hold on and win.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Yeah, there might be.
So, Goa wins by 6. It's the only wins are that, and you can also play Goa. You can also play Goad.
Goad underneath here, yeah, in that same spot that Rude.
Which are the only two plays that win.
Wow.
Everything else loses, so he's gonna have to see.
He's gonna have to play
one
precise.
of 2 somewhat tricky overlaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys in the audience, if there's anything I want you to take away from the game, it's that you just don't have to bingo with Pentizes.
Yeah.
You're sitting on one of the best possible racks, and you're looking at a terrible pool. If you can delay the bingo slightly, you can put yourself in a situation where you draw less tiles when the inevitable bingo happens. And then it'll be easy to go out and you won't run into situations like this where you're relying on your opponent to mess up in order to win.
Yeah, like if Jeremy had just played Ain himself instead of bingoing immediately.
Something like that. I think Woe is an interesting option to look into because because the only
Oh.
way to block it is to play one single tile.
Next to LI, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different
Oh,
choices.
he's found
If Heidi
Goa.
if
Yep.
Heidi plays any more tiles, yeah. So Jeremy's gonna get Goa down and he'll win by 6, assuming Heidi sees her best
Outplay.
outplay of Ort underneath.
Which she does. So,
So Jeremy's gonna win by 6.
wow, yeah. Very close game. It's,
Yeah, it's a nice game.
yeah. Unfortunate to see an endgame loss in a winnable position, but that was certainly a difficult sequence to see Ergon into Lotto. You know, the setup there. It's not easy to find.
It's not gonna be fun because she will ask about it, and we're gonna have
Yeah.
to tell her.
Yeah.
But we can't not tell her.
We
She
can't
wants to
not
know.
tell her. No, we have to break the news, but
Yeah, no, I mean Jeremy, nice job. Found one of the only 2
yeah,
winning
no, I mean,
plays.
certainly a good plan on his
Solid,
part.
yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, he did pretty well to keep pace with Heidi's early lead. I mean,
But yeah, I mean, this is very much a game of maybe leaving too many options for Jeremy, and then he
yeah,
finally got a bingo and was able to squeak it out.
yeah, I would have.
That's why I wouldn't be making plays like Vugs. I would highly suggest making plays like
Yeah,
Gusto.
I agree with you. It
You,
just
you
doesn't
do
help
have
you to
to
open that
just
space.
you just have to sort of occupy the space that could be
Hmm.
an opponent comeback. I mean, also in Heidi's situation, there was auto, which is so much equity. It's arguably correct just because
Yeah,
it's so much equity. But if you don't see stuff like that, you just have to start thinking of things like Gouts.
yeah,
Gout
I do
sets up
agree.
2 relatively difficult to work with bingo lines that the G ones at least open up triples for you, so you should be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, there were some other. I mean, obviously the triple was a ginormous miss, but it's hard to be,
Yeah.
too peeved about missing a word so incredibly deep in the probability range. I mean, I think it was like 24,000. Yeah,
It's
in
lower
terms
than
of
that. You looked it
NWL.
up in NWL. It's 32,000.
Yeah, so that's like even further buried in the dictionary. So
There's only 42,000
okay, gotcha.
eights or so. So
Yeah, I think
it's
that's around like 10,000 more than in NWL. Some in
yeah,
the 30s, low 30Ks for eights.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, yeah. There's other things. I mean, maybe Uzi instead of Owe
boy.
would have worked out
Yeah,
better. Maybe Jeremy doesn't have anything like X.
yeah. I mean, Ini is obviously wrong
Yeah, I mean, at
in
least it
there.
worked out.
It did work out though. Yeah.
Let's see if she's looking up her rack after Krull finds Glaucus.
That I would feel like she'd maybe look at other racks first, but it's hard to just look at that and be like, yeah, I have a triple, but
Yeah.
Gusto slash Eyes would have stopped Jeremy's endgame. It would not have. Cyber Quad. His endgame was still.
I think he meant the pre-end game
Oh, the pre-endgame, yeah.
because it wouldn't have set anything up.
Yeah, it would have played off some more tiles too, compared to Vugs. So, if by there being
Yeah,
less tiles for Jeremy to draw, he might not have been able to draw into a play like Goa.
yeah. I mean, one of the lessons I want to teach people is that pentizes is far from mandatory, and it's
Yeah,
arguably a case of poor timing. But I didn't run through everything.
yeah. But no, there's a lot of very interesting positional lessons that can be learned from this game, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I ran a very quick sim, and it's preferring things like
Yeah.
ATE. It just
Mm-hmm.
it stops Heidi from going there with age, and it ensures that the eventual bingo is enough. And
Yeah.
you still have at least two good lanes and arguably some more marginal ones to work with. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my gut is telling me that bingoing it there is maybe a little bit premature.
Yeah. But it's
The bingos there are roughly a coin flip.
yeah, it's
And
it's
I
a,
think you can get up to 80% by being a little bit patient.
yeah, it's just so hard to just calculate that over the board that at least that I found, as someone who is, not as in tune with Scrabble strategy as, a lot of the top experts are, something like that would be very difficult for me to calculate whether or not bingoing is correct. So, having these examples and being able to use AI to determine that, yeah, you should be forestalling this bingo, especially when you have good scoring plays available.
I think this is doable as something to learn
Yeah.
because it popped into my head instantly that pentizes wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah.
I think you've got that in you to
I think
internalize that you have to think about not bingoing.
Yeah, I think I have it in me. It would take a bit to calculate that. Yeah, it is the correct move, but I think once I have the idea and think it through thoroughly enough, I could come to that right conclusion.
Another option is to play off 3 tiles because that limits Heidi to either emptying the bag but leaving a good lane open, or playing off 1 tile in order to not empty the bag.
Yeah, that's a very interesting prospect.
No, this is actually like a pretty normal thing in this position. You want to play off 4, but you can't because you're starting to risk drawing a bunch of vowels.
Yeah.
So then you start thinking about 3.
Hey guys.
What's
Hi,
up, Heidi?
I didn't play very well there, but I'm happy for a tie.
That wasn't a tie?
Oh, that's what we have.
Really?
Oh, well, lucky you.
Yeah.
Did you already submit it?
Yeah, we're just submitting it now. It's okay. I mean, you can't tell me anyway if we did scoring errors.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
who won, really?
We'll wait until that's submitted to tell you. Just, we're
Oopsie. I'm sorry if I stole a win from you, Jeremy. Not a win, but half a win. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, yeah, I feel bad if it's, yeah. But anyway, I didn't play the best. I know there was some moves there which were questionable.
No,
you actually had a triple when you played Call.
Yeah.
Oh no. Which one? When I played what? Oh, Call. What did I have?
Glaucus.
Well, that's pretty hard.
It's pretty hard.
But yeah, you did make like a 130-point mistake there. So.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what do you want to talk about? Inia does not take an S.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was. You had some valid
you did have 2 valid bingos. You could have played ligature, and you could have played curating.
Yeah, and you had curating lined up, and opted to press your luck for 1 extra point instead, and it happened.
No, I didn't even. It didn't even occur to me that wasn't good.
Did you look for wins in the end game? You had 1 very tricky one.
No, I only had 11.
You had 1 very tricky win with the correct score, which is Jeremy actually was supposed to win by 6. But you had 1 very tricky win with the correct score, and it was Ergon setting up Loto. Ergon.
Oh wow, that's.
Yeah.
I don't know either of those words.
Okay, and you had to set up Loto.
Yeah.
I did not know that word.
Yeah, Ergon hooking Venine, the E onto your opening play.
I also didn't know Venin took an E, so yeah.
Yeah. No.
You had to set yourself up with Loto, and that was the only way to win with the real score.
Yeah.
If you submitted the wrong score, you would have a few ways to win, though.
Yeah. But it's obviously hard to calculate that when you were so low on your clock.
Yeah.
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 So I think the play we want to give you the most advice on is Vugs, because when
Yeah.
you did that, you really just made it so that
I
you
know.
could not block everything that was on the board, and it
I
just
know.
made it gave Jeremy just he had so much space to bingo
Yeah.
later
I know.
on that
I know.
yeah, a play like Gout's hooking Ahis certainly
Yeah.
would have done a good job
Yeah.
at
Okay.
obstructing
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
some of the
occupying
lanes.
space and you're cutting off both a lane for the S and
Yeah.
a lane for things like
Right.
IER bingos.
Yeah, on the
Right.
B column.
Yeah.
When you can cut off two things like that at once when you're ahead, it's probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dumb. Okay. So I'm gonna get off here and play Matthew then.
Okay.
Perfect.
And make
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
more
gonna
mistakes.
sneak off to the bathroom and
All
I'll
right,
be
sounds
right
good.
back.
I will
Okay.
go ahead and change the files.
So yeah, many more mistakes to come.
All right.
Bye.
See ya, Heidi. Good luck. All right. That is honest. That I did not expect her to come in and report that they had a tie, but crazy things happen in Scrabble occasionally. Let me just give me one moment. Hold up. How the hell did I? Okay. Well, that's all I have to do. I'm just changing the graphics on stream real quick. Headshot to Matthew Tunnicliffe. Let me change this notepad file. Okay. So, yeah, let me start a new Quackle game. Oops. Looks like they are starting to square up the tiles. Or are they just putting them back in the bag? They're putting them back in the bag. Yeah, it looks like Heidi and Matthew are here, ready to start playing. I believe Heidi is going first. In this game. So, let me just double check that. Yep, Heidi is to go first. Let me just update the records real quick. So yeah, Matthew is currently at 1-1. He won his first game against Karen Sleegers and then lost his second game against Noah Slatkoff. So he's at 1-1. Heidi is now at half a point to 1.5, having reported a tie for that game.
It's kind of funny to think that we have the same sort of one for a win and half for a tie. It's just ties are really rare.
Yeah, right?
But we just had one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not often you'll see a tie in this sort of way, especially when it was a tie because of a scoring error and they opted not to recount. So
Heidi's pulling out KOH, DF, WJ.
Yep. So she's got Zhao lined up. I wonder if you're supposed to make a play like Hauk or Hauf instead to get rid of the extra consonant.
My gut's telling me to play Dauf because it doesn't take an S.
Oh, Dauf. Okay. Yeah, that's not a
Dauf,
word I...
Dauf doesn't take an S, which probably it might make the difference here. None of the options are like outstanding.
Yeah.
You're limited to some sort of short word, and Dauf doesn't take an S. They're all fairly easy to parallel as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Dow takes like an L and whatever.
I mean, set up your F with Dow and keep complete garbage.
Yeah, Delph is winning my sim because I assume not taking an S is what makes the difference.
Yeah, that's certainly makes sense. Heidi's gonna go play Half instead, which it does make sense to get rid of the extra high point tile, but yeah, it does give back not only an S hook, but it does take the second F as well for Half with the two Fs. So
You know the word KHOJA, something you can kind of hope for if you played Delph.
oh, I did not. That is not a word I knew, but
It's some sort of Islamic ritual slaughter or something.
okay.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what it's something.
Okay, there we go. So today I gotta move the asset for Heidi's record because that is now because of the tie. It doesn't fit on the area anymore.
Yeah, I mean you can also do 0-1-0-1-1 if you want.
Now I'll just keep it this way. Just move it a little bit. There we go. I don't know. Yeah, all right.
The NFL is actually an organization that has ties at about the same frequency as Scrabble.
Yeah, no, that's ties used to be a lot more common in the NFL, but
So they're like a thing. Yeah, I mean, you're limited to like you have to get through like 20 minutes scoreless to have a tie.
yeah, and they've added like extra overtime provisions as well in more recent years to
It
prevent
has to be
ties.
like you have to score the same amount of points and then go scoreless for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, like touchdowns don't end the game anymore.
yeah,
The regular season,
yeah. No, that the other team has an opportunity to respond.
the teams touch the ball.
Yeah. So yeah, if we look at this next rack for Heidi, it's definitely a bit clunky. My first instinct was maybe you play Kopje, Kopje through the O, keep it
So
a decent DNS, but
My first instinct was Panks because I think it scores a little bit too
that
much.
that does score enough, and it wasn't my first instinct because it's Collins only. But yeah, now that Kopje is not available, Panks looks pretty solid. You know, burning your S here is totally reasonable for 36 points. Keeping the J will allow you to likely score with it on your next turn.
Well, I mean,
So
there's a nice spot for Pank underneath now.
oh yeah, now there is a spot for Pink underneath Buoy, making Hop and Oi, OYE. So yeah, now this only scores 2 less points than using your S. So it's certainly better to be playing Penk in this position rather than Penks and Halfs. You know, the 2 points, the S is way more worth it. You're setting up a new S lane over here. Another, you could play with Penks, with Halfs. The S is extremely powerful on the board after Penk. So I think that it's certainly correct to make this move. It's definitely feels like a pretty slam dunk play.
Yeah, at this point it's gonna be. At this point it's just gonna be Pank. Although my sim is preferring spend.
Spend. That's very interesting.
There's probably a reason for it.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that is because it doesn't. You're keeping JK, which can score, but you aren't holding any of the tiles needed to access any of the current scoring opportunities on the board.
Yeah, it doesn't set anything up obvious. I wonder what it is.
Yeah, I'm not fully seeing it.
I mean, they're both. It might just have to do with cutting off some amount of access to
Yeah.
bingos that form like Hope and Oyer.
Mm-hmm. Heidi's been picking up Cap. I wonder if she's thinking about playing that under Buoy, making up and yep, B. That's as
Yeah.
I was
My
mentioning.
sim My sim shows Pink and Spend nearly identical, and then everything else.
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah, it makes sense this would be a bit back. It doesn't set up your S nearly as well, and it keeps an extra consonant. So, penk would have certainly been better, but it is
Yeah,
kind of a weird word. If you don't know it, you're
Double,
definitely
double.
working with a lot less on this
I mean,
turn.
Spend is a pretty solid option
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's true.
Spend scores nearly the same, and it's pretty difficult to work with if you don't have an S.
That is true. But yeah, this drawing two vowels certainly helps here. So
Yeah, she can play something like Judd's.
yeah,
Well,
Judd's is available for 38, making halves. There's also play like Bend if you want to keep your S, keep maybe a more bingo prone leave. Go for a bingo hooking house next turn. You can just play off your N and your J, keep C, D, E, S, U, which materializes a decent amount of a time. If you draw an R or a T, another decent consonant, or a vowel, then you're in a very likely spot to bingo. So there's certainly a decent chance you could materialize a bingo after Bend, but Judd's is 12 more points, and it is certainly more defensive. So I think I like that option and maybe a little bit more.
so Evan, I want you to notice something. Is there something you can assume from Matthew's play of Bowie?
Probably that he's holding another U because boy would have scored 6 more.
I think you can assume he's holding several vowels, but maybe
Yeah.
not.
That's
Boy
true.
scored 6 more and is pretty defensive. It
Yeah.
doesn't open triple like that. It doesn't open like juicy. It cuts off a lot of things in Kauf, like the double doubles.
Yeah.
I think you can assume several vowels here.
That is
Not
very
sure if
fair
that
play.
changes anything about the last play, but I think you can assume several vowels here because otherwise Bowie would be higher scoring and more defensive.
Yeah, I don't know if it would change, the Pank versus Spend decision necessarily, but
Yeah.
it is certainly something to keep in mind when your opponent makes a play like that does sacrifice 6 points for the reason of playing off another vowel. To where, yeah, they're likely more vowel heavy. Maybe, a 2 vowel, like a strong 2 vowel, 1 consonant leave. Maybe like AER is in Matthew's range. The U would really hurt that sort of leave. So, okay, May on top.
Okay.
So that does obstruct the Judds for Heidi making half. So
Oh, why? Just so you know, it doesn't take an S. It's an interjection.
Moy does not take an S. Got you. So yeah.
So now we've got Ben, just the equity play.
Yeah, Ben as the equity play. Judd's hooking Skep is also an interesting option. It scores 6 more, keeps CEN, but it does open up triple in a way that you might not want to. Unless you think Matthew's leaning vowel heavy, and in that point, it might benefit you a little bit more.
Evan, what do you think about Jubes?
Jubes. Oh gosh.
The only thing that obstructs double doubles, but it does use up the S, but it's only a 5-point equity sacrifice.
Yeah, it is
I think
not.
it might be worth thinking about.
It's certainly interesting. I mean, you would assume that. Oh, I mean, not necessarily.
But no, my Simpsons says bench. The leave is too good.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, May takes an S, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah,
It takes an S and Kep takes the front S. So
yeah, so you have multiple lines to play at your S. Oh, Heidi's just going to drop the J with Jaw.
How many?
Okay. How often does this bingo?
A decent amount, I think, uncased.
Okay.
In Kudus and Ankist.
Okay. Matthew is going to instantly play Sig for 30.
I don't think that would hit anything.
Heidi's drawn the T, which doesn't hit anything. Equity, according to Quackle, is to just play your S with jaws. But
Yeah, it seems like not a terrible idea.
yeah, I think the
I'm
one
not sure.
question is how do you bingo on this board
Do you
without an S? But
see that like this board is based on S's and I guess O's now with Vigo.
yeah,
So that makes me want to play something like House and Scud because that,
yeah,
I mean you're getting rid of the S, but you're then creating a board that doesn't like the S as much
yeah.
because A's and House are gone.
Yeah, I think the one thing to consider with Scud is that it does take a back I and a back O in addition to the S, so you might be seating too many hooks with a
But
play
there's
like
an
Scud,
interesting
but
second choice. There's Second, which doesn't
second,
take hooks. It sets up more floaters and it blows up the rack. It doesn't take any hooks.
yeah, that's a very interesting option as well. Second.
Turn this board into one with no good S hooks almost immediately.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of interesting options. 'Cause, yeah, the S was so powerful just a turn ago, but after this turn, Heidi can really just turn this into an NWL board, for lack of a better term. She's going to play Kind, go on the route of fishing. It might have been...
Thing that the I am running likes quite a bit. This is a good rack for bingoing on this board.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when it's
still there after this is a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, all right.
My sim likes Kid a little bit better, but
yeah, might be able to bingo a bit more often with the N on your rack, but when you can pull into Ictuses, you're solid.
There's also Qists.
Okay, got you.
Testuis and Cutuses.
Yes, yes.
So hopefully she can see one of those.
Yeah. Matthew instantly playing Cow, so.
Does not take an S. It used to. It does not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so Heidi will have 4 bingos, and it's the 4 words I just said all plural may. They actually all have their own pros and cons. Cutuses and Qists both setting up things with QU if Matthew has the Q. Sestuis leaving the E for ZE.
Yeah.
And then Ictuses, maybe the I is a little worse.
Than the C in the triple. Yeah.
Put in triple lane.
Although it might be a little bit better as a response to Matthew's play of Cow. Again, signaling that he's got too many vowels. Maybe you want to put the vowel up top. It's just something to think of as a response to his previous play.
Something of they're all fairly close.
Yeah, I think
they're all fairly close in my sim. I don't think it matters too much what you pick.
If I was in this position, I would just play the word I'm the most sure of. That's the tiebreaker. It's just what am I fully confident is a word. And for me that was Ictuses, which I saw immediately. Probably could have found some of the other anagrams had I looked a bit harder. Maybe not Sestuis because it's not in my lexicon, but
yeah,
definitely found Cutuses at the very least because I'm good enough with the 5s. But yeah, I think that in this sort of position, the little positional nuances don't matter enough to where if you're not sure of something, just play whatever you're the most sure of.
That's fair.
It doesn't necessarily look like she's found any of her bingos yet. She hasn't lined one up. I do think that they are within her capability of finding, but we'll just have to see if Heidi's able to arrange her tiles in the right order. She had Sectuis lined up for a bit, which is almost there. She's been going and constantly back to Scooties, which, for her sake, I hope does not come down. It would be nice to start a bingo with the S to play with House instead of playing with Maze. That way you'd be able to play downwards, open up a little bit less, and score a little bit more, since the half points will increase your score. But a word there does not exist, and you have to play a 7 ending in an S, hooking with maze.
Yeah. Let's see what ends up happening.
Yeah, I'm certainly curious to see if she'll find something. Oh. Is she just playing Hewitt? Okay.
Yeah.
So she didn't see her bingos, unfortunately. But this play of Hewitt's does a very good job at obstructing the board. I mean, look at this board now. It is so hard to play on unless you're, there's no overlapping potential. I mean, if Matthew could play on the B column, give back the triple lane to Heidi, they can't play with cows. The S hooks are now taken up. This is going to be tough for Matthew, and if he doesn't have anything good through the C to play.
Yeah, we'll see what Matthew Tunnicliffe ends up playing.
Yeah. I mean, a play through the C would certainly make things open, but Heidi probably won't mind that holding ES. There's a lot of solid bingo tiles unseen. All of the R's, still 5 N's, 4 T's, some good balance of like A's, E's. Like, there's certainly a lot of potential for her rack to materialize after ES. I wonder if she might be on holder or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a word, so
Oh, she's pulling out her phone.
5 bonus points here.
All right, yeah, she's gonna get a nickel for this. I would assume it's just one word rather than two.
I don't think anyone's challenging Maze yet.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess you never know.
I couldn't catch if that was one word or 2 words in the challenge screen, but
I bet you it's just one.
okay. So I'll give Q it's the +5.
He's probably confusing it with like HUIC, which is an interjection.
Oh, Hewick is an interjection. That is.
It's not pertaining to Hugh. I mean, if you thought it was, you would still think
You
of
still
it.
wouldn't put an S on it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed it was an adjective.
Yeah, it's actually not like a huge deal to think that because you would still think it doesn't
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
correctly. But no, it's an interjection. It's a hunting. It's something you like shout at your dog.
Huh, interesting.
You're hunting.
Yeah, there's yeah, the interjections are a weird set. There's just not much rhyme or reason to them, but
Oh, wait.
yeah.
Y takes an S. I'm sorry, I was thinking of ML.
Okay. So yeah.
It also takes an L.
Oh, it takes an L. Gotcha. Yeah. So Heidi's got a good line for 7s there. She can play something like Ceiling or Leaders.
It's got legacies and a Legiac.
Yes. Legacy is her highest scoring option through the C.
Things
Certainly a findable word.
There's a couple different ways you can go.
Yeah. Beguiles through the U or Regulize. Also available. But no, Legacies is...
Leg side.
Yeah.
Highest scoring option down there.
Yeah.
SELING is interesting because it takes an S.
It does take an S, yeah. And
it's an alternate spelling of CEILING, I believe.
no, I thought this was hunting seals.
SEELING.
Oh.
Actually, they might all be alternate spellings.
Okay, well, Ceiling doesn't take an S in NWL, so I shouldn't be instilling that in my brain. But if it does take an S in Collins, that's one of those things where it's a dangerous play unless you know that this word takes an S.
She's got Elings on her rack. You know what's special about the word Elings, Evan?
That it's NWL only?
It's NWL only if you're thinking about WoW.
Oh yeah, you're right. I have looked at... Yeah.
Don't play it next weekend at Auburn.
I do know that. Yeah, I have been looking at the
Yeah, don't.
list of non-allowed WoW words, and I look at it. I understand some of them. Others make completely not. There's no sense to be had. Oh, Matthew just dropped an A with Moya. That is interesting.
Yeah, so now she's got less options because she can't hook an elm. She can still play Spiegel,
Yeah,
dealing just like Der Spiegel, the German newspaper.
yeah. But Legacy is still the highest scoring option. I think
Right.
it's probably right to just go for points here. Spiegel
Yeah.
and Ceiling both set up an S in the triple lane, which you probably would want to avoid.
You got
After a play like Moya, just plunking an A, you're probably not going to get hard through the E. That Legacies would put an E here, which looks a bit dangerous, but you can infer based on Matthew's play of Moya that he's probably not going to hit you that hard there.
and she's got a League X spelled out.
Yeah, looks like she's going to play that.
Kind of sad because it doesn't hit the double.
It doesn't hit the double. Yeah, that's 14 points less.
She could at least get something down.
Yeah, you got as long as you're getting something down, you're fine. And one thing Elite X does do is it exhausts space. So, it's
Good thing, yeah.
a play like Legacies allows for easy bingos underneath or above. It's a lot harder after a Legiax to do that. So,
I think there's a decent chance at least that Tunnicliffe is about to bingo back, and you're not actually up that much.
oh, he must have designated the blank as something else.
Oh, she did something wrong.
I didn't catch. He did flash the blank slip. I did not see what it was.
Yeah, it looks like Matthew Tunnicliffe pointed at the blank slip and told her she did something wrong, and
Yeah.
she looks pretty annoyed into the camera.
We'll have to ask her what happened in the post game, but that did not expect that word to come off because it just looked. I think she knows what she meant to play and maybe just had a gaff with circling the blank.
If Matthew doesn't have a bingo here, he's in a bit of an interesting spot because he just saw a very low scoring choice go down. He might think that that's the only bingo she saw. He might think that he can make a big sacrifice and somehow block everything. Like maybe he just plays. I don't even know.
Yeah, maybe, since Heidi went to play a suboptimal bingo,
Like
you
he
can assume that if you block
play
that.
something like through the U that takes an S because she already missed Moya's and Spiegel.
Yeah, and Ceiling as well. I'm sure this is a position that Tunnicliffe is going to spend a lot of time on because you need to factor in, against, someone, say, like Nigel, and Nigel just had an issue with designating the blank, right? You would know he's going to find all his options, and then you just take your best equity play because he's bingoing no matter what. But with an imperfect player at the helm who just played, a suboptimal bingo, you got to think to yourself, are they going to miss these options a second time? And can you bank on them missing these options again with more time on their clock to look things over? It's a question you really can't answer. So it's going to be interesting to see how Matthew adjusts to this play.
Yeah.
But yeah, very unfortunate to see the word come off the board. It's just, yeah. I'm sure it's just demotivating to see yourself make a silly mistake like that. Hopefully she'll be able to rebound and get something down next turn, though. I guess there's not too much to talk about considering we're in the same position as before. We're just
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
mostly waiting for Matthew's decision. I will mention now that if you're not already following the Harrow into Birds Twitch channel, what the hell are you doing? Be sure to give Heidi some support. She goes through a lot of effort to get these streams running. You know, she's really doing a lot to provide all of us with, you know, some Scrabble content that we might not have if there weren't, you know, generous people like her out there. So please give her as much support as you're able to. Drop a follow, and make sure to give Heidi some love when she comes back, because I feel like she's gonna need it after a silly mistake like that.
Well, she wins the game. It might be alright.
It might be alright if she wins the game. Yeah. She'll be done ruminating by the end of lunch, anyways. Yeah, this is there's 3 games going on before lunch break, and then after they come back from lunch, it is going to be Jason Hazard and Wellington Jigare doing commentary. So we will see. If you're interested in hearing a world champion, former world champion, commentate over on Heidi's streams, I mean, there's no better way to get an insight than just sticking around for the afternoon broadcast.
And if you want to see a current thumb commentating, and watch me do this one.
Yeah, right? But no, you also, speaking of Wellington, pretty soon, right before the Albany 4th of July tournament, he's going to be doing a match play series against world champion runner-up Harshan Lama Badu Surya on the Let's Play Scrabble YouTube channel. So, you know, if you're interested in seeing a lot more streamed Collins games, I mean, there's that series that's going to be going live right before the Albany 4th of July tournament, and there's going to be a lot of streamed games on the Let's Play Scrabble channel during that tournament. You might be able to see my co-commentator Matthew O'Connor on stream once or twice as well. So
yeah, I might be playing if they put me on.
I'm sure they'd put you on at least once.
If I start 0-4, I might just never be close enough.
That's fair, but I mean, it's a very strong and very deep field. I wouldn't be surprised to see some strong players get off to a rough start, just because there are so many strong players at the event.
We'll see what they end up doing.
Yeah. All I know is that I won't be on stream because it's going to be all Collins games. No games on stream.
Hopefully the time zone isn't too different if you're from another country.
Yeah.
If you're from Europe, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
From Asia or Australia, it can be tough.
All right, looks like we're finally getting a play.
Hey, Matthew Tunnicliffe probably hoping that Heidi misses ceiling.
Oh my god. He's going to play... No, excuse me. He's going to play NUS for 6. I cannot wait to see the annotation of this on Cross Tables, because I'm fascinated as to what he had that led to this decision. Because, yeah, I mean, this does not block a majority of Heidi's bingo. I mean, Elegiac's, the anagram, Legacies, plays still through that C for 3 more. And I wouldn't put it past Heidi to...
Yeah, this is one of those interesting positions where he assumes Heidi missed it once and will miss it again.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, those positions have got to be so hard, especially when you clearly have a strong rack. Like, you don't play NUS without bingo tiles that don't bingo.
Because he could definitely just play Jaws and Buoys and...
Yeah, for sure.
And just, like, score 20 more and just give up the bingo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really risky to play News because he is leaving 3 choices for Heidi.
Yeah, for sure. And you're also potentially calculating that if Heidi goes and plays Elegiacs a second time, she's sacrificing 14 points. And maybe you want to be inducing that sort of sacrifice. I don't know. These turns are so hard, where it's so much easier to play against, to assume optimal play from your opponent. But when you can't do that, it's so tough to balance what you can expect your opponent to do versus what you can't. It's hard to tell what is correct for Matthew without his full rack, but it's certainly a very interesting choice.
Yeah, this was definitely a pretty interesting position in terms of different choices.
Yeah, so what if you don't see any of these bingos for Heidi? Like, what do you do now? I mean,
I guess you end up playing something like Buoys because it just scores so many
it
points.
does score well, but yeah, I mean, that Moya's hook was the only real bingo line after news. He's just
Not
gonna go.
bad. Monica's choice of NUS is paying off. She
Yeah.
did make everything.
She's gonna play Gel as a way to fish. And Matthew's gonna play Roseoler.
Nice find.
Yeah, definitely a nice find.
Only
Can do
bingo.
that. Oh, this is his only bingo in this position, so.
Well, you might be getting hit by something like website.
Websites?
Website.
Websites, I'm sorry.
Wetties or Westies.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of nice options for Heidi.
Heidi's got 97 on this turn with those options. And yeah, I think that you probably don't want to play a website. There's only one hook left in the blank, but if you play website here, you are setting up a massive spot here for the website's hook. All of the S's will have been on the board at this point, but there still is one blank, and creating that sort of chaos, it would be great stream content, but I don't know if it's the best play. I think a safer option like Wetties or Westies, certainly more sound here strategically, still scoring 97, and you're right back in this game at that point.
He's at least found Duius, so
Okay. Yeah, so she'll certainly play that at the very least.
This might turn into an interesting, closed board, both players low on time.
Oh, yeah, no.
Still a lot of game to go left, and they've only got 9 and 8 minutes left.
Yeah, there's still 45 tiles in the bag, and both players are well below half their clock.
38.
So, yeah, Deweyest underneath would be a 12-point sacrifice, but it is, at least compared to her other bingos, it is still it's the only other one that is actually higher equity compared to something like Wii down below. But I don't think that, you've seen Deweyest. You'd love to get something better, but for the interest of time, you might want to just go ahead and play it. So, yeah, she is continuing to shuffle tile. Oh, she has Westies lined up. If she's able to pull the trigger on Westies, that would be one of her 97-point options. Okay, she's just gonna play Wii. I mean, if you're not gonna bingo, it's probably about as good as you can do. Keep a very potent leave, but yeah.
Your rack is so good that even that C is actually a pretty good lane.
Yeah, that is true. Matthew is going to play Valued instantly.
He's got to put something down.
Yeah, for sure. He is certainly playing with the clock in mind.
Like she does still have like telastic
Yeah.
aesthetic and things like tepidist, tiredist,
Yeah.
fetidist.
I would certainly expect her to find something here.
Hopefully we see something.
Her best option... Oh, never mind. This is not her.
They all score similarly.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Telestic is 63, and that's the most she can get. Followed by Aesthetic to the C. Those are the only two bingos on the 3 row. And then you have a choice of Tiredest, Tepidist, or the nonsensical Fetidist. Why would you play that for one less point when these other options are there? But
We'll see
yeah.
if she.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure she'll find Tiredest at the very least. That's common enough tiles that she's certainly came across that at some point. You know, Telestic and Aesthetic has the drawback of setting up a massive A hook. If you can visualize that on the board here, you know. Please forgive my awful handwriting, but you know, if you play Aesthetic here, I mean, that takes an A. So you certainly don't want to do that. I think that a play like Tiredest would be better than a play like Aesthetic, setting up that massive hook. But Telestic does seem to be her best option here. But it is a weird word. Is that Collins only, or... Oh no, it's the anagram of testicle. Okay.
Yeah, it takes an.
Yeah, it does take an H. That is very interesting. I have not seen that word before, but its anagram is funny, so I'll remember it. Okay, she's gonna play Aesthetic. I mean, yeah, there is that danger spot of the A hook, but at this point, if you're Heidi, you're down to 4 minutes on your clock. You've got to play something. You see the bingo, just play it. And we'll see if Matthew is holding an A on this turn. If he is, he's going to have a good response. But if he doesn't have an A here, he might be in a bit of a bind, considering...
Weird spot for us to decide how, if he should block it at all. And
yeah, exactly.
he's gonna block it because none of them will be perfect
Okay.
blocks if he does.
Yeah, there's not really any way to perfectly block it.
Heidi gets the other blank.
He draws the other blank, but complete trash to go along with it. IIUY? Ugh.
Yeah, and you might not know this, but in Collins, your takes a back T as well as the N and the S. So
Oh, okay. I did not know yort was a word.
I think it's another way to spell yogurt. I'm not sure.
Oh god, there's so many weird ways to spell yogurt.
Yogurt, yogurt, yogurt.
Within, you can throw an H
Yeah.
in, yeah.
That does make your on the row 11 a little bit more volatile. Than
Yeah. Or you could play U, set up the R hook, but
You could do that, yeah.
I think that's a little bit safer because, you know, you hold the blank, but I would rather keep IIR blank than II blank, just because, you know, even though, you know, IIR isn't good together just on its own, you still are holding the hook. So I think that it, you know, and having that extra consonant does provide some stability. So Matthew plays Hod. Very nice insertion on the 13 row, making Vol, Ho, and Ada. So yeah, we'll see how Heidi handles this turn. I think that U is a pretty solid option. I would hold back the R, but
Yeah, that seems good to me.
yeah, you might be tempted to play your at 4A to obstruct the aesthetic hook, but you also know that Matthew doesn't have it.
He didn't have it last time.
Yeah. She's going to play OI. I think this is very clearly a case of time pressure.
Yeah.
Is Yuri valid in Collins yet? I know
What?
we just mentioned Yowie not being valid.
No, we don't discriminate. We hate all the enemies.
Okay.
It's not.
Is there? Oh, TF. That might. Is there a bingo in Fruity Blank?
I don't know. I don't. Let's see. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that plays at least.
Yeah.
Few lower prob ones like Brutify, but
Brutify. Yeah.
there one through the E. I don't think so.
No, there is not. I do have it pulled up.
Yeah.
Heidi has 45 available. If the middle triple lane stays open, she can play Trafe.
One of the many spellings of the word that means not kosher.
Yes. So Matthew plays Mint, probably doing something to obstruct the aesthetic spot. Maybe also a bit low on vowels, potentially. Clearly not holding an A.
However, she now is
Yep.
given Fruitily. I mean, there's actually Fumatory. Fruitily
Yeah.
might be easier to see,
She
but
can
that's
certainly find Fruitily, I think.
one of those ones where are you sure it can take out Y? Like,
Yeah, it's ILY words are really strange, but I think I think she'll be able to. Oh, okay. Mufti's not bad. There are a few stronger options. Like Trafe is still a bit stronger, as well as Mifty, which is a weird Collins 5 that I've not seen before. But I'm sure if she had the time to look a bit further for bingos, she could have certainly found Fruitily.
with some nice B column plays potentially with
FY, that's true.
Well, although I wonder how often it gets taken by aesthetic because there's more and more tiles on the board and
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen the A's
Okay.
go down.
Why the hell did Heidi draw QRRV out of the bag?
This
That was a terrible decision. Why would she do that?
There is query.
Oh, true. She can burn the blank for query. There's also just a spot to jump kin for 32 as well, but that keeps. I think query's got to be better here.
One keeps even worse tiles on the blank, and one keeps VRR, which isn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting turn for Heidi.
Yeah, it's interesting that she, even if that part of the board is obstructed, she still has 54 points with a blank burning play of very through the eye.
Well, one of those plays is going to end up being correct because it doesn't seem like a great board for bingo. So
yeah, I think you've got to score here. This, it's very close. A 50-point play would potentially force Matthew into an uncomfortable position. You can't keep well with any of these plays. Like, yeah, RRV and QRR are not good. But I could still maybe even see very being correct over query because, this spot for kin is not likely to get taken by a play that Matthew makes.
Yeah, because the triple don't block it, so it might just sit there.
Yeah, if you think that kin is going to sit there untouched, very sounds like a great way to score, to guarantee yourself 80 points over the next 2 turns. I mean, that's going to do it a lot of the time on a board this shut. Unless something like Ilex comes down through this E. I mean, you've got options here. It's so tempting to see this and just instantly exchange or just instantly play QIN, but if you just look for those blank burning plays, I mean, they're certainly correct. I hope she will take the time to find something. Even Quay, I mean, it saves RRRV, which you're likely going to have to exchange next turn, but you're still keeping, you're still scoring 57. But yeah, with very unavailable now after Matthew plays Anal, using up that aesthetic hook. Oh my god! Okay, so yeah, Heidi plays Quay. I must mention that with those same tiles that Matthew played Anal, he could have doubled with aesthetical.
Oh my god, wow.
That is insane. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Heidi instantly plays Quay. Yeah, Query would have been a bit better, but
I'm not so. Yeah, probably. She did score a little bit better, which is nice.
Yeah.
And Matthew ends up with Engrail, which is probably going to be tough to.
That's probably GG at this point. I mean, Heidi has no solid options. She has one vowel, the V, 3 R's. It's, there's only 5 in the bag. There's still a Z and an X unseen. I just don't know if there's enough time to do something here with this inflexible of a rack.
Yeah, let's see what we've got. We've got 12 in the bag. The unfortunate thing is that the queue is floating. There might not really be any way to come back.
Yeah, it's just you're holding such inflexible tiles.
You have to hope he like 7. You have to play something really desperate like VAR and just somehow hope that he didn't draw any of the E's.
Do you get so desperate that you play something like Revo and then
just hope to draw something like Tourney or.
Okay, he's gonna play retro. Tacking on the D for reach rod would certainly be a little bit better to get rid of that extra consonant, but yeah, I think just based on how disgusting this board is and how likely it is that Matthew has drawn one of the Z or the X, I just don't think there's much comeback potential here.
You have to hope he is the ugliest rack in the world.
Yeah, and you have just drawn NOB, so let's see, like X by it and then another E and the Z, so there's not a bad rack in that pool, pretty much.
Yeah, this is the tough game. It went out of control.
Yeah, no, it's just Matthew's just gonna plunk Zin for 32, which makes sense. Leave one in the bag for timing. From his perspective, the pool is probably just truly abysmal, so
Heidi attempts to open something up and fish. It can always be blocked anyways.
yeah, I think that at this point you've got to just throw in the towel and play for spread.
Yeah, I'm running the peg. I don't think anything's gonna win, but we can at least we can look for spread.
Yeah, for sure. It's certainly not going to be easy for her though, with only a minute on her clock. She plays.
Yeah.
She's just gonna play Vino, hooking Bigo.
Yeah, there's no
an I.
Peg seems to like 10L Vin for spread. I think there's enough things to do with the X that it's not actually a huge deal to set it up.
I mean, at 10L, wouldn't you, Matthew, just play with Vine though next turn?
Yes, yeah, I didn't let it run long enough.
Yeah. I don't actually know if he has a good. I mean, if Heidi drew an E out of the bag instead of the I, Vin would allow Matthew to bingo out with XP8. So I think that's certainly not right.
Yeah, it's not right.
All right. Apex the play for Matthew. He doesn't have Prex for 48 available, but again, he's under time pressure as well. So, and
we'll be able to see that the best move for Matthew is going to be TP at N1 because it's up several different threats.
Okay. Several different threats with his X, I would assume.
Several different threats with his X, and I think Apex, does that only leave him with not as great of outs? Or
I mean, he has TEE on the
Brand. I think it's because of Brand and the fact that TP doesn't set up as much.
Yeah, Heidi has some options here. She can play Bryn for 30. She could play Drib for 27. She'll find one of these plays. Bryn is correct, and she is making that play quickly.
She's found the best play this time.
Nice. They're all done.
But yeah. According to the little endgame thing that I ran in my condo, TP is going to be.
That's a really nice outplay from Matthew. At Tweez. That's a very nice fit.
TP is going to be 5 points better than Apex, even though it leaves a Twee. And it's just because the things it sets up aren't as good. It leaves Drip and then it X, with Drip being a little not as good as Bryn.
Yeah. But yeah, that was certainly a game.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out, but it was
All right,
nice.
yeah. Do you not want to stick around to talk to Heidi once she gets back?
Oh, I guess I could do that.
Yeah, because she'll hop back in the Zoom call before breaking off for lunch. So I'm sure there will be. I'm curious what happened with the Elegiac's turn. Like, I guess she must have misdesignated the blank. I mean, that's such an unfortunate mistake to be making. But it happens, you know. We're all human. We all have goofs like these, you know. Even someone like Nigel misplaces tiles, you know, high Arnets. Hey, this stuff like that happens, so. As unfortunate as it is to see, it's unfortunately led to a loss for Heidi in this game.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's a lot of interesting decisions from Tunnicliffe's point of view as well. I mean, I'm so fascinated what he could have been thinking during the news turn. That just feels so... I mean, he's probably held like 2 S's and just all 1-pointers, you know? Maybe kept like AELRS or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just give Heidi a moment to finish up here. So yeah, this will be the last stream game from both of us as commentators. As I had mentioned earlier, Wellington Jiggeray and Jason Hazard will be commentating for the second half after lunch. And so yeah, this is going to be our breaking off point once we get to talk to Heidi after this is done. But yeah, if there's anyone with commentary feedback towards myself, I'd be more than willing to listen. This is my first time doing commentary, so I'm very thankful for the opportunity from Heidi. And if there's anything I could be doing better, just feel free to message me on whatever platform. I'm glad to hear feedback, and I'd love to have the chance to do this again.
Yeah.
It looks like they're still post-morting. I mean, there was a lot of complex turns in this game, and they were both well below half their clock before the mid-game point of the game, so there's a lot to discuss here. Oh, no, Matthew's showing us his rack from the news turn.
He's got that are not playable like land cells.
Yeah, that's nothing. If there's no playable bingo there, that's a crazy turn.
And he's just hoping Heidi misses. I mean,
You draw on the board, it's doubled up,
Hey,
so it's
guys.
coming. Okay. Hi, Heidi.
Hey guys,
season job.
I'm
Heidi
sorry.
will-
Sorry that I played so horribly, and I thought sealing might be good, but I wasn't
is.
sure, so I couldn't play it.
It is good.
And I knew that Matthew was trying to trick me there. I was pretty sure I had other bingos, but I just didn't.
So what happened? Did you just misdesignate the blank?
Yes,
Oh no.
again. Oh my God, I'm such an asshole.
No. So yeah, I mean,
It was bad. It was just bad. I don't even need to, like, I'm just like, the whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, Matthew's probably dying. Like,
I mean,
O'Connor.
I'm sure he was, just in the sense that that's such a hard turn from his perspective.
No. I mean Matthew O'Connor watching me play.
Oh.
But this Matthew had arsenals there, and so he just blocked to try and make me think I didn't have bingos, which I was
He
pretty sure I
did,
did
yeah.
have bingos. I was pretty sure that I did, but I just wasn't
I mean,
sure on what they were.
Elegiacs has an anagram, and it's a word you know.
Yeah,
What
but
does?
it's still played even after news.
Elegiacs,
What does?
yeah,
Legacy.
legacies.
Oh, legacies.
It doesn't
Yeah.
block legacies. Oh my god.
Yeah, NUS doesn't block legacies.
How do I know Elegiacs but not legacies? That's stupid.
Okay, so one thing I want you to tell Matthew is that
He can
when
hear you. He can hear you.
oh yeah, so Matthew, when you played anal, those same tiles make the double of aesthetical.
No.
I don't
I
think
mean, I saw that, obviously. I passed it.
Yeah,
Where the aestheticals was good.
yeah, that would have been 50 plus points. That would have been absolutely insane.
I've seen
Well,
about that in 9. I've never seen doubles in a bars in 11.
Yeah, I've never seen an 11 letter double either. But
that ruins my whole day.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm sorry. That was really freaking bad.
No
Like
need
it
to
was just
apologize.
Scrabble.
We appreciate you for streaming your games in the first place. Just having this content available is something that we all appreciate. And
I think it does. Like, I'm always like, oh, it doesn't bother me. But obviously, there's some, like, especially with my rack cam when it's not behaving, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, then I'm distracted the whole time.
yeah, I mean your rack cam was fine. We had no issues.
Yeah. When I see it and it's off center,
Yeah.
like it's off kilter, it bugs me.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's like I don't have quite the right range in view. So sometimes it gets cut off my first tile. So
It's been all good today though.
good. Anyway, that was embarrassing. Big time.
You know what? It happens. You know, we're all human. We all have mistakes where we like misdesignate a blank or something.
Why do
it's
I keep
okay.
doing that? Like I've got to not do that. I do think that honestly it's because I'm on stream and whatever.
It
Like
certainly
even
does
though
create pressure. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't bother me. Well, I guess maybe Matthew O'Connor watching my games and doing it like just I feel like he's like, "Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?"
No, that was not his demeanor at all. No. And by the end, you were in such a
I
massive
know.
time like
I know.
struggle.
I need to manage my time a lot better.
Yeah, but this was a tough game. Like those
What?
decisions, like if you're not able to find bingos out of the rack with
Yeah.
Qwits or something,
Yeah.
you know, you're not able to find.
Oh yeah,
something
what did
better
I
than
miss
Orphan.
there?
So there's 4 7s on that rack. There's Cutises, Ictuses, Qists, and I forget the other one. It's a Collins word. Sestues, I think.
Oh my God, none of those sound findable for me.
That's
Like I don't think I've ever heard
yeah.
any of those.
No, I mean maybe if you had seen Ictus or Cutis as a 5, you could piece it together. But
No,
they're not.
I don't know those words.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's one of those racks where if you don't see your bingos, you're really in a tough position.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so gross. That was bad though. Like
Yeah.
just really bad. I don't know. I'll try to do better. Who knows? I hope that all the crap is happening in this tournament, and then when I go to Albany,
it'll
it'll be.
misdesignating
Yeah.
a blank. It surely cannot get worse.
Oh man, I did it last time too, right? Like I did it in the last.
I do not recall that, but I wasn't watching all the games.
I'm
last
pretty
time.
sure that I did. Well, I know that I did.
Yeah.
I know that I misdesignated the blank.
Uh-huh.
So like, yeah, it's like wow, like
Yeah.
just this is basic.
But yeah, it's kind of
Check
hard
yours
to fault you for
before you press the clock, right?
Yeah. But no, it is kind of hard to fault you for some of the late game stuff because you were just so low on time because all those earlier turns were so like time consuming. So
Yeah. So my next goal is to manage my time a little bit better.
Yeah.
And have more time in the end game. And don't worry. Like if I don't see stuff, then it's too bad I didn't see it. Just play, right? Like I
Yeah.
can't be burning all kinds of time for no
Like
reason.
on the Mufti turn, like if you had more time, you certainly could have found like Fruitily through the eye that was just opened.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think if you just had more time, you could certainly find that. That's well within your
I
capabilities.
definitely saw Fruitily as an option before I played, like when I drew the rack.
Yeah,
And I just didn't.
You didn't generate that it now played after Matthew's played at Mint. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But no,
Wow.
you had like 3 minutes on your clock at that point. So it's hard to, you've already gone through things. There were no bingos before Mint all's on the board. So you've already like
Oh,
came to
okay.
that conclusion. Okay, I can't bingo. I'm looking for my next best
Yeah.
options. And
Yeah.
you're already like sort of dismissed that possibility after his
But
play. So
I was saying to Matthew too that I sort of wanted to keep this in case I drew the Q
what
and
the U?
the U for
I
key here.
Yeah, I don't think you can keep it. Well, your best play in that position was a 5-letter play through the E of Treyf, Treyf.
Through the E of what?
Of aesthetic, Treyf,
Oh,
Treyf would have been your best play.
Treyf
Yeah, if you're missing the bingos, that's
here.
probably
Like where?
through the E and the middle E of aesthetical to the triple.
Oh, through the E. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Damn it. Aw.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, yeah, it's not an easy word to spot, but if you're missing the bingos, that's probably what you
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Anyway, there are lots of better things I could have done. Obviously, like I
Yeah.
just was like, oh God, I totally screwed up this game.
But
Let's
yeah,
get it
this
over
is-
with. Let's
It's
play.
hard once you get in your own head like that. It's so easy to just ruminate and.
Yeah.
I recently posted a game on Cross Tables where I had a similar situation where I made one mistake of letting a phony bingo stay on the board, and at that point the neurons just stopped firing, and I made no correct plays for the rest of the game, and just won somehow. It was not good. It was very ugly, but that happens. One mistake.
It's
can
just
really
so
throw you
funny,
off.
like when your brain just decides it's gonna freeze up on you.
Yeah,
And like,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was amazed that I didn't go over time in some of these games because that was happening where I was like,
no,
I
yeah,
don't
this
know.
game,
I
the
don't know what
Jeremy
to
game,
do.
you've got like a combined 40 seconds on your clock left over.
Yeah. Who am I playing next?
I have not looked. The round 4 postings
Oh.
weren't up at the time, and they're still
Oh,
not up.
actually,
So I can't.
we have a lunch break. I
You do have a lunch
forgot.
break, yes.
So what time are we now?
It's 1:22.
1:30 almost. I'll see what the plan is. Like, is it an hour break or whatever? But in the meantime, we might need to get some setup stuff done, eh? If
Yeah.
Jason is coming on, if Wellington is coming on.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to touch base with anybody. Like,
I mean,
it's so
you've
bad.
got time. If you just reach out to them early, then they'll be.
Yeah.
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 I'll be able to get the stream set up, and then I'll be able to monitor it for the first like hour or so after lunch.
Nice.
I
Nice.
mean, everything went super smoothly on
Yay.
this stream as far as the technical components were concerned.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
of
that.
course,
I
of
just
course.
thank
I'm
you.
really glad to help out.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So as long as you can like end the stream yourself.
Yeah.
Then
I should be able to.
Okay.
And the Zoom call.
Yeah. You
think I
want to
have
just test that out? You be
Do you
the one to end this stream just to make sure that's all working.
Oh, you want me to? Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually,
Yeah, just to confirm that yes, this is what's actually going to happen.
Okay. So, I gotta go into Twitch.
Yeah.
Everything is good. How long are we breaking for
It
lunch?
says right on the thing. If you go to your interactive scoreboard, it'll show you that we're starting back at 2.
2:00?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay.
That's quick. That's like half an hour.
Ish, yeah.
Okay.
The reason being is it starts so late.
Yeah. No, that's
People will be too late.
totally fine.
But do me a favor, make sure you can see the interactive scoreboard on your phone, like on your library. Because it should show that.
Well, how is there a QR code or something?
Well, no. You don't need QR code. When you
You just want me to go to?
Cross tables, and you go to live results,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you go to CSW, then you should see enhanced scoreboard.
Cross table.
Doesn't work on you.
Cross tables. Damn it. Okay. 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 Standings. W.
I don't think your score is in yet for this game.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's on Matthew to submit
Matthew,
that,
did you
but-
put the score in? You got. Oh, okay. He has to put it in manually. Okay, got
Oh, okay.
it. It's not electronic submission.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's all working here. And I don't know where it's on the enhanced scoreboard. I guess he's saying that it says we'll come back at 2.
I'm not sure, but
I don't see that.
yeah, I don't either.
But whatever. If
Yeah.
we're back at 2, that's great. But I should do a trial, like end the stream. And
Yeah, I would. I think we should like regroup and call in the Zoom call a little bit beforehand to get Wellington and Jason set up.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. So I'll thank everybody for being here. I hope you don't go too far away, but get some lunch or do whatever and you come back. All right. I'm going to see if I can end the stream.
Sounds good.
How do I do it? In Stream Manager?
Yeah.
Let's see an option. I'm seeing a live unstable. That's not good.
It's been stable. I haven't heard anything that.
Where would I even see the option to end?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at my own Twitch dashboard right now. See if I can find it.
Why? I wonder, maybe I can do it from my
Computer. Yeah. Because it will be important if I am not going to be here at the end of the stream.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like I'm broadcasting. Okay, I'm going to try and end now. So bye if I disappear, guys. Let me see. Doesn't seem to. Stream Manager manage. Oh, okay. I don't see an option. Looking. Settings, help. Okay. This is so funny. Oh my God, am I not going to be able to end it? That's so weird. I thought it would have an obvious like end stream.
I thought it would too.
Okay.
But yeah, that is going to be an issue if you can't end stream yourself and I'm not here at my computer.
Yeah. Maybe I have to change it to the stream key that you had.
Potentially. Yeah, good to troubleshoot now, at least.
Yeah, it is. Stream Manager, settings. Twist that. Weird. This is so weird. I'm very surprised that there's no option.
Yeah, me too.
Disconnect protection. No. Odd settings. No. Triplets. Grades. Weird. Gotta be here. Like, gotta be.
Surely. Okay, I do need to use the bathroom.
Yes,
so.
it worked, but I can't. No, I'm good. Yes, it worked. Yeah, the but is for me. I'm having technical difficulties with my.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have to end after the first game of the afternoon. Maybe.
I might. You think Wellington or Jason would be able to broadcast from their setup? I could instruct them.
No, it's too. I think it's too much for them. Like they don't have all the things.
Yeah. Okay.
Their computers. Okay. So.
The other option is I could just give my parents the cutoff. I mean, I could coordinate something with them potentially. I can talk to them during the break, but yeah. If you can't find something that works right now, I can just end the stream and then we can just have a discussion about this a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can break off. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll end the stream. But yeah, we're supposed to be back at 2. So
we'll be back shortly, guys.